Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Welcome.
Right.
To another fine episode, or perhaps the first fine episode.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we finally had a fine episode.
We had a pep talk right before the mics went on and said it's about time we do a fine episode.
We can do it.
Yes.
And we're talking about Bill Cosby right as we came on the air.
Wild Bill?
Wild Bill. He won't take his own stand.
Willie Cos?
At the sex trial. Look, maybe that's legally the smart thing to do. But if you're accused of raping a whole bunch of people, how do you not say anything in court about it?
His lawyers are probably worried he's going to embarrass himself because they know that, in my opinion, he probably did most of what he's accused of doing.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, maybe we just won't have him say anything.
Maybe they're afraid that the truth will come out because he'll talk.
Yeah, exactly.
And say something which exposes him as being a rapist.
Because in his mind, he was entitled to do a lot of what he did, so there'll be an almost like, he'll be indignant at the fact that he has to even be on the stand. He's like, yeah, like, of course I did all this stuff, but I don't understand why we're making such a big deal out of it, and it could be racism.
Yeah, he's such a slow talker now, too. He's...
he
considers and... talks slow, and nobody wants to deal with that.
So we had on the stand at his rape trial trying to teach everybody a lesson. Whoa, young man, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Before
maybe
you ask that question, there's no way if I was his lawyer I would put him up there. He's definitely going to be able... First of all, he don't know who's talking to him anymore. He can't see a goddamn thing.
He says he's totally blind. I don't know how true that is.
He's just like, he can see perfectly, but he's got his hand out like, I don't know.
As long as I can feel the rim of a glass, I'm okay. And the pill crusher.
Yeah. He just shakes his pill bottle like, okay, how many nights we got left?
He thinks he's being set up, or he claims he thinks he's being set up. And it's like, sometimes you gotta ask why. Like, who in the government or anybody else wants to set up Bill Cosby?
Especially...
For what?
It's been years.
He's 79.
Who wants to put this much investment into ruining the last few years of Bill Cosby's life?
Yeah, who wants to wreck the life of an old, clean comic?
Oh, I can think of a few people. The dozens that you could have raped, maybe.
So,
like, that would be the reason why somebody would want to ruin that. But he also said... recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before or something, he did an interview over the phone on Sirius with Shmerkanish. I don't know why we didn't get him.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I would blame Travis on that, personally.
I think we would have done a great job. You guys on Cosby? Just can't ask about the rape.
No, you had to take Roman Polanski first.
Yeah.
If we do Cosby, we'll get Charles Manson.
You guys want to talk to Jared Fogle? He's promoting something, but you can't. Don't mention the jail.
He'll talk about sandwiches, but don't mention anything after. Yeah, he said that it could be, there could be a bit of racism involved.
Yeah, because this is when it's going to happen. The racism of the 60s is going to wait until 2000-something to manifest itself and reveal that you paid a woman to not talk about rape allegations in 2004 or whatever it was, 2007.
Plus, isn't the, sneaking pills in your drink allegation, isn't that traditionally a white crime? Like, if you're going to frame somebody based on race, and racism is your intent, it doesn't feel like a racist crime. You know what I mean?
It's not one you normally associate with black guys, I guess. But again, I can't think of anyone I've ever heard of doing this. I mean, I know it's been done, but I can't put a face on it from any direction because I can't think of anyone I've ever heard of who was accused of putting pills in drinks, other than the random roofie stories here and there. I usually think of white guys as being the roofiers.
I mean, back in the day, you don't really hear about it that much anymore, but when it first started coming up, it was like frat bros and stuff. That was the thing. I just can't believe that it's still happening. Like, this is still a story, and nothing has happened with it. This is still just sort of bubbling. There's been no
Cosby?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Cosby, I'd love to know how much he has spent in legal fees.
It's got to be
his entire fortune. No, Bill Cosby's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go broke unless the judgments are against him.
Right.
Bill Cosby has made a lot of fucking money in 50 years of show business. I mean, just doing gigs alone, he was probably making 70 or 80 grand a night.
Plus, he didn't have to pay for sex ever.
No, not at all. Just a fucking, a few Anacin and whatever it was that knocks people out.
All he needed to pay for his sexual interaction, it was just a copay. He never had to pay full price. He's got good insurance.
Yeah, you wonder who he was getting, if there's any doctors, any records of him taking pills from people. There has to be, unless he was doing it through someone else.
Where was he getting the medication from, if that's what he was doing?
Unless it was over-the-counter stuff, which I doubt. We have a compliment coming. Would you like a compliment? I think we need one.
I love compliments, but I hate it when they're directed to only one member of the show, because generally it's to you.
Well, I think that they should be to both of us. Hello, Chris the teacher.
Hello, boys. Good morning.
Hello.
Speaking of the Cosby thing, Chris the teacher has done similar things that Bill Cosby has done with women.
Oh, cool. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, not just women either. Don't pigeonhole me.
No, I'm sorry. You're right.
I have a compliment for both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a great show yesterday, man, with Ricky. You guys always bring out, like, the best in him. He has not that he's ever guarded, but he always is just so real with you guys. Sits down, is talking about Jim's egg farts for like 5 minutes.
And they really were eggs. It was really eggs, believe it or not. Yesterday, eggs were really the offender. It wasn't my asshole.
For once.
For once.
Yeah. Sure, and I've never drugged a woman. But,
Or man.
It was such a bittersweet moment when he talked about Patrice, wasn't it, that he's finding his whole catalog?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a different Ricky Gervais interview than what you'll get on, because he picks and chooses the media that he does.
Yeah.
I think he just does the shows that he likes.
He wants to enjoy it.
And it's definitely a different interview than you'll get on, Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yeah, he did that. I think it was almost 90 minutes yesterday. And I thought he was going to leave. We had to take a break so I could do a read, and he just kind of wanted to stay through it. So I just did the read on the air and he hung out. He was really fun, man. He just kind of, he likes talking about this stuff, and I think he knows we're not trying to get him.
Yeah, and for the people who don't check our social media actively enough, I posted it on the Not Sam social media. It's all across Jim and Sam Show social media. We're taking photos after the show yesterday, as we always do with the guests. Hey, do a group photo, we'll post it on social media. And whatever, we do the traditional, three of us, arms around, smiling. And for the last photo that Troy's taking, Ricky notices that Jim makes kind of like a weird face, or he stares at Ricky, or he's doing something.
I'm staring at him, smiling.
Right. Just some kind of weird face. It was very sort of whatever. And Ricky, looks at Jim, and he realizes that Jim's making a face, and he goes, oh, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And he steps away from us. He starts combing his hair sideways like Derek. And I'm like, oh, cool, he's going to do the Derek character. Then he takes his shirt off. He takes off his T-shirt, throws it down on the table, and just acts like a drunken mess, and puts his arms around us and, falls to the floor.
He looks like a buffoon in this photo.
It's
it's very funny.
It's one of the more amazing photos we've taken in this room.
Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though.
Oh, and speaking of your live reads, I owe you a thank you because I bought one of your products.
Oh, good.
And I found out my neighbor was going in my backyard during the day and taking my cans.
Oh, did you buy the ring floodlight thing?
I have the ring. I screenshotted it. I'll tweet it if that's allowed. I don't know. But he's going in my backyard during the day, letting my dog out. I didn't ask him to, but he's doing it. He's taking my cans.
That's really odd to get the nickels.
What a weird thing.
He thinks he's helping, so I think he thinks the cans are his payment. But I haven't approached him on it. I'm a little scared.
Helping by doing what? Letting the dog out?
So without asking you, he goes and he lets the dog out just because he's being a good Samaritan in his own mind, and then he decides that he deserves some sort of payment for this, so he takes your recyclables so he can get the deposit?
But he's going into my house to let the dog out.
What? He's going inside the house?
Wow.
Yes, he's going into, well, I don't lock my doors, but he's going into my side door and letting the dog out, and then letting the dog run around, and then putting the dog back in, and then looting my recyclables.
That's crazy.
He's
really
breaking
and
odd.
entering.
He's a very old man. His wife died.
He's robbing you of your recyclables.
Yeah, exactly. So his wife dies, so he has to walk into your house and steal your shit?
Now, did you install...
So what do you want to do? You want to shoot? You want to kill him?
I wouldn't say kill him. Just wrestle him to the ground. Humiliate him.
Did you install this because you walked into your house and you realized that your recyclables were missing?
Whether your dog never has to shit when you're around.
No, I didn't even need it. I just bought it because you guys plugged it to support you guys.
Oh.
And now I'm seeing all types of shit.
What a weird life you have, dude.
Yeah.
What a strange existence.
All right, thank you, Chris. That's a little weird. I do want to get, thanks, buddy. I want to get one of those.
I'd be so scared if that was happening. A crazy person was living next door to me. First of all, Chris, lock your doors.
Yeah, how do you not lock your doors? You don't live on a little house on the prairie?
Yeah, just lock your doors.
In the East Coast.
You got a old man with dementia wandering into your house, playing with your dog and stealing your garbage. Lock your door.
People who don't lock their doors are really idealistically annoying.
Here's what's going to happen. That guy, did you see something you liked?
Juicy ass.
That guy, the old man who lives next door to Chris, is going to sneak into his house one day to steal his garbage so he can get the nickels. He's going to drop dead of a heart attack or an old man thing. He's going to die in Chris's house. Chris is going to come home. He's going to find an old man's body in his house, and he's going to get charged with the murder of an elderly person.
Or the old guy's going to be nude, so Chris is going to have to explain why there's a nude old man in his house.
Yeah, it's either going to be jail time or embarrassment.
Yeah. This old man just came in and died. Yeah, sure he did.
Sure he did.
What were you saying, Travis, dog?
I know you really like this product, but don't you live in an apartment?
Me?
No, Jim.
Oh. Yeah, why are you going to get that in
Can't
an
get
apartment?
floodlights in an apartment.
That'd be so annoying.
I have a terrace.
You get floodlights? Why? In case somebody rappels down from the floor above you?
Yeah.
Somebody does like some Tom Cruise shit?
That's right.
And it's like, I have to see what Jim Norton's doing. He's 10 floors below. I
want to make sure that they're not coming into my house.
They're going to find out that there's a weak point in the building, 10 floors up from the Jim Norton apartment. And he's going to come and he's going to shoot down on his cable. Dun, 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 dun. And he's going to come in and he's going to jump into your hot tub.
No, I want to make sure that the building people don't come into my area either.
Do they have keys?
And then you're just going to have giant floodlights in your apartment.
Well, I don't want that. I don't want giant floodlights.
That's what it is.
Oh, isn't there just a camera that's aimed at your door?
Okay, you got to get the floodlight thing.
Yeah, it's floodlights.
But how scary would that be though, right? He would turn off the lights in his apartment. So it's a dark apartment, and then like the front doorman just sneaks in because he likes to shit in Norton's apartment. But as soon as he walks in, massive floodlights hit him in the vestibule of Jim's apartment.
Well, my old building had a thing where if the guys took your key, I don't think anybody's doing this, but if the guys take your key, something registers where they have to register something to pull your key out. So you always know who has your key at any time. It's not like that in this building.
Oh, no.
So I'm careful because you don't know who's going in and out of your apartment when you're not there. The building always has keys. There's no record of who has it.
Are you watching the base jumper that lives 15 stories above you? Who's jumping off he's going to jump off his terrace to swing into yours.
Well, it's more the building people I'm worried about.
I've heard there's an autographed kiss photo in Jim Norton's apartment.
I saw his new kiss towel.
Yeah. Where's my bungee cords? Oh, forget it. I'll use my squirrel wings, and I'll jump off out my window onto Jim's terrace.
You think I'm being irrational?
That's right. He's got one of those suction cup glass cutters, so he can cut his way through your sliding door, but I'll bring my replacement sliding door.
Just go through the big hole in Jim's windows.
That's right. Oh, you wonder why your windows were kept drafty for so long. There's a weakness in Jim's security system. I can slide the window open slowly. I can get his Black Sabbath photo that he's in, and I can shimmy back up to my apartment.
I am afraid of that being stolen.
It could be. It could be. You never know with these people.
I know you don't. So you're right. But I am
That's why
concerned.
I live in a 3-story building, but I'm on the 3rd floor, so nobody can, unless somebody gets up to the roof and swings down and then steals my Series 1 John Cena toy.
That's very scary.
It is scary.
Building guys might be coming in.
Yeah.
And I would never know it.
Yeah.
Going outside, sit on my terrace. I don't want that.
What if somebody steals my...
You think someone's breaking into your apartment to sit on your terrace?
Probably not. No.
They're having lunch like that old painting when they're all sitting up there. The work guys, they go out and they're like, let's open our lunch pail out on the terrace.
Well, there is a roof area they're allowed to go to, so they're probably doing that.
No, I know. I know your pain. I have a ring-worn certified G big cast t-shirt, and I'm worried that somebody's going to climb up my fire escape and try to get it. Not on my watch. I got floodlights in my apartment.
You know what I'm worried they're going to take too? My Shane McMahon bachelor party shirt.
I would do that.
Yes.
I would do that. I'm going to Spider-Man up your building. I'm going to get those suction cup hand things, and I'm going to go all the way up to your apartment to get your Shane McMahon T-shirt until those floodlights hit me. Oh, shit! I'm caught!
What if you have a sleepover and whoever is sleeping over at your house, whether it's a man or a woman.
Doesn't matter. Definitely be a woman.
Or a little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
I'm not against combinations.
Gets up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. What if one of your
I'm not gonna piss on my terrace.
One of your nice combo
the floodlights
flatter
are inside
people.
your house.
Yeah. They're
No,
gonna,
not
the
in my
floodlights
house.
are going to come on.
No, I would put them outside.
Oh, you definitely wouldn't get complaints from, like, neighbors across the street.
It would be facing my... I wouldn't care.
Giant floodlights.
You know, it'd be great if it's like if a squirrel jumps onto his terrace and Jim's just sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden he can't watch anymore because everything is backlit because there's just massive floodlights coming in from his
Yeah, I hope it's really sensitive.
Yeah. A squirrel is just eating a nut. What's that? Who's out there?
It'll make you more paranoid.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like super sensitive, and every time like a bird or a squirrel gets onto your terrace.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I don't want it to go off if a fucking ant walks by. Just a person.
Or just a weird glare. Like, who knows? Maybe Jim's walking around his apartment nude.
Always.
And a weird...
Maybe.
Maybe.
a weird reflection bounces off from inside, but it bounces off the window, and it hits the motion detector on the floodlights, and boom!
Well, I'd have to set it a certain way. That would be a concern.
It would be. I think you should. I think floodlights are designed for 30-story apartment buildings.
I just don't know anybody. I don't trust the people in the building are very nice, but you never know what they're going to do or what someone's going to do.
Right, until you get some motion detected floodlights.
You're a camera. No, I don't care about the floodlights. I just want a camera so I can see. Like if there's somebody there.
Yeah.
Somebody goes on your fucking terrace and they fall and they break their ankle, they can sue you.
Why are you so obsessed? Do you think people are on your terrace all the time?
I don't, but I don't
Sounds
know
like
that they're
Jim's got
not.
a great terrace.
No, I just say I don't trust anybody.
They wouldn't be able to sue you if they broke into your apartment and then fell off your terrace.
You don't, but they could say that you knew they were going to be there. And
I
give you
jumped from
permission.
3 stories up onto his terrace, and I broke my ankle on the way down. Money, please. Ding, 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 ding,
I'm
ding,
just
ding.
a little overcautious. As to this, I've not put the ring thing up yet. But
Not yet?
No.
It should go up.
I gotta see this terrace.
It's
Yes.
oh, dude.
It's a good terrace.
It's an amazing terrace. Trust me, if I was in the breaking a terrace business, this is the terrace I would break into.
But I just don't know that they can't. There's no record of anyone who can come in and out of your apartment with the key.
Yeah,
so
that's
what
weird.
What if somebody from the building?
There's no deadbolt on it?
There's a deadbolt, but when I'm away, it's not for when I'm there. It's for when I'm away.
Yeah?
Yeah, I go on the road. They know
Yeah,
I'm
but
gone.
you can't lock the deadbolt from the outside?
No.
It's like Home Alone.
Yeah.
No, you lock
know
it
you're
from the
gone.
inside. They know you're gone. And my old building, there was a register. So if anything ever turned up missing from my apartment, I would have known who was in my apartment and when. And again, this building, it's a different system. It's not as good a system.
I've lived in my apartment for like 6 years now, and we have a deadbolt that you can lock from the outside. So, and we're the only ones with the key to that, so no landlord can get in or anything.
I don't have that.
And but usually we don't lock. If we're going away, we'll lock it. But if we're just going out, we don't lock the deadbolt. But we started doing that because after 6 years of living there, my landlord came up to us and he's like, "Oh yeah, you should always lock the deadbolt. You know, the thing about the locks on these doors is you can open them with a credit card." And I'm just like, "Oh, well, thanks for that useful tidbit of information."
Yeah, plus somebody, you know.
And then I tried it. Yeah, I was like, wait, just in case I forget my keys one day, let me see if you can actually open this door with a credit card. You can. You absolutely can.
Yeah, that's probably smart to lock the deadbolt.
Yeah, so we locked the deadbolt.
But also, I have my old building was
I don't have
better.
floodlights.
It was a better building. I had they had to register the key, and also if people came in the building, deliveries and stuff, a security guy would walk you up. It's not like that in this building, so it's just not as.
Delivery guys walk all the way up to your apartment? They don't just leave it at the front
They
desk?
come up to your apartment, yeah.
Wow, okay.
So there could be somebody in the building, or God forbid anybody gets a hold of the key in the front. It's probably not going to happen. But you know, again, it's New York. I don't trust that people. It's never going to happen. I'm not stupid.
This is how Jim's going to spend his evenings. He's going to sit there with all the lights out in his apartment, and he's going to be like all the way, because he's got a hallway. You open the door to Jim's apartment, and there's like a bit of a hallway that you walk through. You're going to be standing or sitting, crouched at the end of your hallway with all the lights off, pitch black in your apartment, but the floodlights are set. And you're going to be ready, and somebody's going to break in, and the floodlights are going to come on, and you're just going to be sitting there staring, going, "I knew you'd come."
Well, I already have a little bit of a camera in there anyway.
Good.
I already have one.
Good.
Aimed at my front door.
Yeah, but you don't have floodlights.
No. But if somebody does come in from the front.
You got a flashlight or something?
No, I can look on my phone and see.
Okay.
This way, if I ever have shit missing, I can see. It's literally just the first 2 feet of the apartment.
Right.
You can just see the front door.
Right.
So you see if somebody walks in when you're not there. I'm supposed to get an email alert.
That's good.
Got to get a camera on that terrace.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, do you get email alerts about the terrace?
I don't know. Probably not. I've never gotten one.
What if somebody... Are you closer to the top or the bottom of the building?
Closer to the top.
Yeah, that's bad. Because somebody could easily... I've seen it in movies. Somebody could easily hover in a helicopter above your terrace.
Well...
And a rope ladder could come down.
That could happen.
And then somebody could just climb down the rope ladder and then jump from the rope ladder onto your terrace.
They did say...
And just hang out and then just smoke a stogie in your hot tub.
They did say at one point, when the building first opened, that there were cases of a couple of people climbing down a couple of floors and going onto people's terraces. That did happen.
See?
They said it was a lot of people. Some people own the building, some people rent in the building, and they said it used to be pretty rowdy. And they like that did happen in the beginning. And the guy was honest with me. So yeah, it's a good building, but yeah, I just don't trust that any people just always gonna do the right thing.
Sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, I know. It does sound like a fucking great place.
Just hanging out,
climbing around the buildings and shit. You look up. Imagine living in the building next door, high up, and you're just like, I wish I lived in that building. You see all these kids just climbing around, like jumping from terrace to terrace.
Well, I'm not crazy. Somebody else, Alex, yes, Alex thinking the same thing.
I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm up on the Upper East Side, and I'm hearing about the ring thing from you guys every morning. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll get off my balcony.
Yep.
Light up 6th Street at night. It'll look good. So my wife looks over at the computer, sees what I'm buying, and nip that shit right in the fucking bud.
What?
She was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Because you wanted to get a floodlight for your apartment?
Well, yeah, it would have been for the balcony. You know, I'm with Jim. You know, even though we got doormen, anybody can get up here. Anybody's delivering Chinese food to any floor. You never know who they are, so keeping it secure.
Plus, you ever see that movie? You ever see Batman: The Dark Knight? When Batman goes to Japan or wherever he goes to get that bad guy, and he goes to a building that's higher, and he has that bat suit that Morgan Freeman made him so that he can fly through the air and fly from one building to the other. And if there was a terrace outside, he wouldn't have had to break the glass.
Yeah, I just am careful because, again, if people are on your property and you're not there and something happens, the odds are astronomically against it. It'll probably never happen. But I like the idea that if it does, I can at least look and see what happened if somebody did what they weren't supposed to do. It's not crazy or paranoid when someone says, no, he told me I could go on, and they fucking broke their ankle, they broke their leg, and they're suing you. And again, that sounds crazy, but it's a litigious. People sue all the time.
That's right.
I just don't want it to happen without and not be protected. So, and there's no way to say, well, no, look, this guy took the key out because there's a register of who has your key. This building doesn't have that.
Yep.
I'm babbling.
Also, window washers can get into your apartment.
Window washers. What if a window washer...
I didn't even think of that.
Yep. What if a window washer is on the side of a building, all of a sudden he decides to take a break, he sees a nice barbecue on a nice terrace, you get home, and there's a stranger making pig in a blankets on your barbecue.
Well, I don't know if it's staying grill.
Show sounds great, guys.
Thank you. That's a good point. I didn't even think of window washers. I literally did not think of that.
But guess what he's not going to do? Make a pig in a blanket under a big fucking floodlight.
Yeah. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to protect your shit, and, don't be stupid about it, and you want to check from your phone and make sure that, I don't want cameras in my apartment. Like, I don't want to look down my hallway or my living room or my bedroom.
No.
But just on the outside where somebody can fuck around with your door.
Right.
Sorry, I don't trust people.
Right. Or somebody can get into the
It takes one guy to come down from the floor above you. One person. The guy, my neighbors next door to me, it literally, and again, I don't really care that much on Saturday nights. The parties they throw are fucking, I feel like an old man. It's so loud.
Why don't you go over there?
Nah, I don't give a fuck that much.
I would go over there, see what kind of chicks are there.
Oh, you mean to hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to end the party, just to join the party. Grab a hottie. You know what I mean?
Go grab a hottie, yeah.
Join the party.
They, wish we had that. Where's Travis Dog?
He's on these screening calls at the moment.
But that's a good point too. But there's so many people that I don't know that come in and out on my floor even. Somebody else has, okay, we're not crazy. What's up, Joe?
Not crazy.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Morning. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So great.
So I live in a very nice town, and like I said, I run into Rich Voss once in a while.
Oh, no. Do you
I
own
won't give away. I won't give away the town. But I have ADT installed 12 security cameras outside of my house.
Good.
And I don't need them for any reason other than I'm a nut.
Yeah, it seems a little... You feel paranoid when you're doing it, but so many things happen that nobody plans for. And if my apartment was not accessible, fine. But, you know, it's not that hard to get into somebody's apartment just to come down from the floor above. And
or
I'm
a
like,
helicopter.
A helicopter's a little silly, but it could happen.
Could happen.
I can check all my cameras from my phone. So I spend most of my day like a nut just looking around my house.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, the more ready you are for something like that to happen, the more ready you are for the worst thing to go down, the more expecting you are of it. It's not like when you get a whole bunch of security cameras or when you get whatever you get to protect yourself that it puts your mind at ease. You're just waiting for the time that this pays off because you're like, no. There's a reason that I installed all this stuff.
I can look right now on my phone at my front door and make sure that nobody is coming in.
Yeah, but you can't turn any lights on.
I don't need to.
Floodlights, I mean.
I don't need to.
Oh.
Again, I'm not a maniac about it.
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's your show. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, pal.
Sometimes some people get all the security cameras because they really want to be secure. I have them for my OCD. So there.
Yeah, no, I don't feel OCD about it. I just feel... I've thought about it. It would never occur to me until I saw how the keys were kept. And again, there's a guy looking at, they're not like out in the open. You have to know where you're going to get them. And, I'm not saying you can just go get the keys. And they're not marked properly with your apartment number on them. But with the way the system is where I live, it's not beyond the scope. If you saw how the keys were held, you'd be like, oh, okay. If that guy is not at the front desk, anyone can access them.
It's weird that's that way.
$8,000 later. So, I don't know. Punch it out, guys. Love your show. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, you. Buddy. Yeah, I don't, hold on. See, now other people are saying stuff, too.
So you're all about the 12-camera setup that guy has?
No, I just want one more. I have two. I would have two. Yes, Jay.
It's only a quarter.
Hey, buddy. Jay in Texas.
Trey in Texas. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Sorry, man. Hey.
Hey, I just want to agree with you, man. My apartment that I used to live in, they never told me, never gave me a heads up. I'm home, and now there's a guy on my balcony rummaging around. He's out there painting, but he's moving all my stuff and going through. I had no idea he was even there. So now I have cameras on my house because of that.
And I've had guys in my apartment, like, doing just work. Like, when I'm not there, there's a guy fixing it. You can't always be home, and it's like, you have to realize everyone's not going to steal your shit. Like, I don't really have much to take unless you want my signed Sabbath photo.
I hate other people.
I don't like it either, but sometimes I don't have the option of any. What am I going to do? I mean, I have a housekeeper that comes once in a while, and I also have a fucking guys fixing certain things. I've had my windows finally fixed.
They do it like twice a year in my building. They go, okay, the air conditioning guy is coming on these 2 days, so just don't lock your deadbolts, and at some point during the day, the air conditioning guy is going to come into your apartment and look at it. And every time I'm like, fuck that. I hate that. You have to.
You have to, but there's nothing.
But I hate it.
Again, my collectibles, some of the baseballs, but what are you going to steal? A Pete Rose ball signed to Jim? Like, I don't have a lot of...
Go to the mall and get another one.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I don't have any jewelry in my fucking apartment. I don't have any fancy shit. I really don't. There's nothing worth stealing unless you want a signed picture of me and Black Sabbath, which I think everybody wants.
It's cool gift.
So you feel better, right, Jay? Jay?
Yeah, absolutely now. But the issue was, I agree with that. The issue was nobody was given a heads up. So now there's this random guy on my fucking balcony in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's scary. Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
For me, I got to keep an eye on the stuff in my apartment because I got PS4. And that's a hot item. People are going to want that.
The type of stuff people steal is going to be stuff that you're not going to notice right away. When you have workers in your house.
Yeah.
And again, I had to deal with it because I had a lot of work being done over the last year. They're going to steal jewelry, watches, things that you don't look at the second you walk in. I don't have a lot of cash, a few $100.
Stuff that you don't even look at every day, maybe.
Steal $400. All right.
I would definitely steal $400 from you.
But I don't have any more cash than that in the house. I don't have any jewelry in the fucking house. I just don't have anything that you could take that I wouldn't notice immediately. Like, what are you going to steal, my sofa?
You got $400 in your house, Troy?
I do not.
Would you steal it from Jim if you had the shot?
I mean, if it was just laying around, sure.
Jordan in New York understands it. Jordan, what's up?
Yeah, I'm like you. I collect so much memorabilia, but it's not made out to me. So I am paranoid all the time that when someone comes in my house, someone's going to steal it, to the point where I keep, like, the more expensive stuff in my parents' house.
Yeah,
that's a little silly.
You want to display it and enjoy it. Get something that has a little alarm on it to display it. You can
like
do
a
that.
Museum?
No, like a glass thing if you want to. Yeah, but you shouldn't not display your stuff. I mean, again, all my shit is made out to me. Nothing is worth that much money. All the boxing gloves are made out to me. You know, I have Frazier and all these guys. And worst came to worst, if somebody stole that glove, whatever. What is it, $1,000? It's a lot of money, but I have to buy another one.
That sucks. You feel violated.
It's very violating, but it doesn't drive me completely crazy. People have, $10,000 and $15,000 worth of jewelry stolen. That's where it starts to get nuts.
I forgot about my wrestling chairs. I got wrestling chairs all signed.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
So do I.
Yeah, they're in my closet. I hope nobody's fucking with them. I haven't checked on them in a while. I'm going to check on them today.
Thanks, Jordan. Oh, no, someone's recommending medication. Hello, sir.
Smart.
What's up, Scott in Indiana?
Yeah, what's up, boys? Hey, first things first. I think it's cool that Anthony gets to go by Sammy's house twice a year. That's cool.
Whose house?
Anyways.
Anthony.
Sam.
Oh, for air conditioning.
Air conditioning. That's funny.
No, ADT, dude, is, I know it's not
ADT, but I don't feel sick.
Yeah.
Get it?
But they have it where you can set it for motion detection.
Hold on, sir.
When you're away.
My apologies. Anybody had to hear my attempt at a joke?
It was great.
Go on now.
No, but they have it. It's like $40 a month. You sign up. It's $100 to get going. They give you 2 different cameras. You can set it for motion detecting, so when you're gone, if something goes in front of them, it automatically pops up on your phone. You can look at it and go, okay, it's a bird, it's a whatever. When you're home, you can still have the alarm on. And without the motion detectors, it's a rather simple system, and it's only $40 a month.
All right, thank you very much. I already have. I would probably go with the Ring Cam because they're
the best
sponsors. Thank you very much.
It'd be the worst though if you had everything set up right, and you're looking at your phone, and then somebody breaks into your place, and you're watching them on your phone, and they're stealing your shit, and you're like, stop! Stop! You're just yelling at your phone like, oh no, they're stealing everything. I would hate to just watch it. I mean, you talk about feeling violated. Imagine watching it all go down and you're like, fuck.
I think they have something where you can talk.
Stop doing that.
The Ring,
now.
I think the Ring you can.
They're like, fuck you.
Well, the Ring has a floodlight camera. They have another one too, don't they? They don't just have floodlight. They have another one, I think.
They got another one, but the floodlight is the one you need for your patio.
No, I don't want lights going in my window.
Just in case
and I think this guy's right. Patrick in North Carolina. I think this is how most people feel. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Jim. First of all, I love the show. 2 stories. Number 1, I work in people's apartments every day. We don't give a shit about your stuff. We don't.
You haven't seen my stuff. I got the cool. Do you hear me say I got PS4?
I don't care. I make enough money where I don't need to steal your shit. And if you steal your shit, they know we were in your apartment, we lose our job.
Yeah, and there's also everyone knows that there's nanny cams and all that shit. I think it is a little scarier for people to steal in apartments now because there's so many hidden cameras and things like that, especially for people with kids. They get those cameras to make sure their kids or their parents aren't being beaten by their caretaker. So it is a little bit scary.
And they're not stealing my DVD collection anymore. That's for goddamn sure because I got the iTunes digital.
Yeah, why would they?
Yeah, they can't.
No.
And I got a camera story for you, too, if you don't mind.
Sure. I don't mind.
I was in a bathroom doing some painting, and they had a camera there. So before I started painting, I put a drop cloth over it so I wouldn't mess up the camera. The guy calls me over the intercom on the camera and says, please take that cloth off my camera. I can't see you work.
I'm watching you.
Wow, that's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little creepy, so I just started waving to him every couple minutes.
Yeah, I don't even think about it from, like, the painter's perspective. They're like, I can't even pick my nose anymore. I can't scratch my ass. Like, now they're getting to watch. You did. Good for you.
I did all that in front of them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
watch me beat my nose all day. I don't care.
You don't want to. I wouldn't film somebody fucking painting my bathroom or my bedroom. You know, I mean, you don't want to be manic about it.
I jerk off to that shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to for that purpose. I would smell their socks when I got there. All right, thanks a lot, man. And most people don't care about your stuff. Thank you. But in my closet, I'm like, what are they going to take? They're not going to steal your computer because your computer's sitting right there in the open. Like, you're going to notice it as soon as you get home.
Bro, I got a laptop.
Well, yeah, me too.
You do?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a brand new gateway.
Well, what about that box? What was that box in your closet? What was the label on it that I made fun of you for the first time I saw it?
Mementos. Troy.
Did you hear what he said, Troy?
Troy, hold on. That was an unbridled disgust.
I mean,
Troy, comment?
It's just funny that you labeled it that.
Yeah, it's not a good name. I will say now, Travis, comment?
Just, I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
I would.
Paw Norton.
Paw.
With his memento.
If I broke into Jim's house, I would steal his box of mementos just to teach him a lesson. Like, hey, stupid, the fact that you labeled it, these are my mementos, now you have none of them.
I know, but you don't want to know the other name that I almost put. I won't even admit it.
Tell me.
No.
It's a safe space.
You're going to make fun of me.
I will. Troy, will you make fun of him?
I will not, I promise.
Travis, dog, are you going to make fun of Jim if he says?
No, safe space.
All right, it's a safe space.
Keepsakes.
No, you didn't.
Damn it.
No, you couldn't have wanted to write that.
I did. I almost wrote it.
But not ironically.
No.
Just like because
that's what they are.
Yeah, how would I describe what's in this box? I guess these are my keepsakes.
I didn't know what else to put. Oh, I have some awful names. I really name my products terribly.
Keepsakes and mementos?
Yeah, like I have these fucking bins filled with stuff. My stuff is fairly well organized, so it's not a disaster. Like, I've saved all my Tonight Show stuff. I did about... Like,
all your Tonight Show mementos, you mean?
Yes, well, that's not what I call it. I won't even tell you. Hold on. Whenever you do late night TV...
Yeah.
They give you a little something, whether it's a mug. I have 2 Letterman mugs. I did it I did Fallon. They had like a little weird, this little monkey that said the Jimmy Fallon show, and like this dumb little stuff that monkey. I think is monkey. He gets it. Stuff, and the Tonight Show would always give you, whether it was a candle that said the Tonight Show on it, or these weird pen sets, or this just different shit, sweatshirts or whatever, little things with the name on it. And I always thought it was cool, so I saved them.
Did you call them tchotchkes?
No.
Because they sound like tchotchkes to me.
No, I didn't know what to name the bin.
Tonight Show stuff.
That's a good name.
That's probably what I would.
Well, what did you put?
Or I would have maybe not even put anything because the bins are clear plastic, so you could just see.
Yeah.
That's all Tonight Show shit. I put it all in the same bin.
Probably, but when you got a bunch of bins and you're just trying to be neat, you don't want to play games.
So, like, what kind of name would you have put on it?
Well, like, Tonight Show stuff would have been good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Troy, do you have any idea what you might have labeled that box?
I would probably label the Tonight Show stuff.
Because that's just...
You wouldn't have called it Leno Swag?
Leno Swag? Can you imagine if you put this...
It's a good name.
If you put all these boxes into a storage locker, can you imagine the douche that the people who win Storage Wars would think that they were getting their storage locker from? Leno Swag and mementos?
I didn't know what to call them. I figured a quick glance you'd know what they are. But mementos has some good stuff in it. None of it's worth anything. It's all my own personal shit.
How did Troy and Travis come up with Tonight Show stuff so quickly?
I guess Tonight Show stuff, but I don't know. I guess I could have.
TV stuff.
I guess I could have.
But you said Leno Swag.
Yes, I did. That's a cool name for stuff.
Somebody wouldn't know what swag was, but they'd know Leno, and they'd be like, oh, this must be really valuable Hollywood stuff. And they'd take it and just find a bunch of shit candles and pen sets. Like, oh, what did I steal?
You don't think that's a good name, Travis?
No. Bunch of stuff from Oriental Trading with TV show logos stamped on it. Like, what is this
Tonight Show stuff probably would have been better.
It's better than keepsakes, though.
Yeah, I didn't.
And mementos.
You think mementos is bad?
Yeah.
Mementos and Leno Swag.
Nothing I have I would classify as a memento. I have collectibles.
Yeah.
I've signed DVDs.
I have stuff marked. I had a thing of books. I literally just threw out 100 books. I got rid of 2 giant boxes of shit this weekend.
Why'd you throw them out? You could give them to somebody. Poor kids like to
donate
read.
them to a library.
Give them to the fucking jail.
I guess, you know what? I didn't think of giving them to a jail or something. I actually would have done something like that because I felt like I was wasting them.
Andy Dufresne needs books.
But I was like, what do you do with the books?
Just Andy Dufresne.
Everyone has Kindles now. It's like stupid.
Yeah, but
no, lots of people read books.
E-books I read like a week ago are like on the decline.
Yeah. What about
like sales? Like people are going back to regular books.
Well, I threw them out. I threw out 100 of them. 100 books.
At least recycled them.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. At least recycled
Fuck them. I've had them for years. I'm not going to read them. Signed books I didn't throw out. Like I kept them, and I kept a few that I wanted to read. I still have like 60 books I haven't read.
I would have liked to pick through some of those books, see if there's anything worth reading.
There was a couple I'm sure you would have wanted.
Just bring them into Dennis. Dennis will take them.
Dennis will take
Dude,
anything.
it was a giant box of books.
Dennis would probably come to your apartment with a truck.
Yeah.
And take
cool, but I wanted to get rid of them and neaten my area up.
And your keepsakes.
It was clutter.
You need memento space.
It was clutter.
There were a bunch of stacks.
That's in my closet, my memento space.
Oh, good.
So he had to move through. He had to get through all these stacks of books, and when he finally moved them, he found his box of keepsakes.
Yes, it's all. I save everything like that. I save all that fun little fan stuff.
Swag. It's behind these books.
Yeah, when I was cleaning out the apartment when the baby was coming,
Ew.
Ew. Gross.
Just washing everything down. Like,
What impressive.
Oh, damn it. I had to make a box of Opie and Anthony stuff that I got, when we were doing the radio show in the early days, but I didn't even label it anything. I just put it all in one box, and I knew that when I saw it, I'd be like, oh, all that shit is alike.
Yeah, but I label stuff. So my life is so much easier now that I label stuff. We have Lou Piniella today, by the way.
So much
speaking
more
of books.
effeminate too.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps, but there's other reasons it's effeminate.
I see.
I started Lou's book, and we just got it yesterday, unfortunately.
Sweet Lou
Piniella, number 14.
Lou
can't
Piniella
wait.
Is just too sweet.
Yeah, Lou Piniella's the shit.
That's right. I'm excited to talk.
I'm going to read his book, and I have Neil deGrasse Tyson's book. I'm going to read. I'm going to L.A. today. I fly. And
Are you in a hurry? Are you in a hurry?
No, why?
You don't need Neil deGrasse Tyson's book then.
Oh, The Universe in a Hurry?
It's Astrophysics in a Hurry.
Oh, yeah, but I still want to. I like the hurried version, even though I'm never in a hurry.
Right. You still are a Cliff Notes guy.
I've stopped you. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Someone who didn't listen to his instinct. What's up, Jason in New Jersey?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Did you say somebody didn't listen to NSYNC? I refuse to believe that.
No, his instincts.
Oh.
Instinct we all enjoy. My neck really hurts. You rub my neck?
No.
Troy?
No. Okay. Nose around the room.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Jason.
So my car got broken into about 1.5 years ago, and I was like, fuck this. I'm getting top-of-the-line security cameras. I was purchasing everything. I had everything online. My wife walked in just like the other guy. She goes, no, we don't need any of this shit. It's a one-time thing. Yesterday, walked outside, her car window smashed, and her stuff's out of her car. And I was like, oh, look who was wrong.
You took that moment to tell your wife I told you so?
I did not say that. I was very empathetic, but I was smiling on the inside, so now I'm buying everything today. Very excited.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Wait.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. I actually was. I didn't mean to do that. Brian in Houston. Good question. Brian, comment questions.
Yes.
For the guys.
Yes.
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 How are you, Jim?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I'm good. I'm good too.
Yeah, you didn't say hello to Sam. It is a twosome.
No, we're both fine.
Hump day.
Hello.
Happy hump day.
Hello. No, so I wanted to ask him, do you have a box of, like, mementos full of sex toys and shit? You know, like your first ball gag, your first condom that you use, your first...
I'm still waiting for that.
Shit like that.
No, I don't have... I only have very few sex toys. I have a few things in my drawer that are sex toys. I threw them out. I bought handcuffs and stuff. I threw all that out.
You know what Jim's got in his sex toy drawer?
Cucumba. Thank you, Brian. I don't have many sex toys. I have a giant dildo, which I bought for a girlfriend years ago because I thought it was hot that she would tell me that she'd use it.
And who knew it had practical application for yourself as well?
No, I couldn't do anything with it. It smells like rubber. It's like cool, like new product smell, but I can't do anything with it.
What does it taste like?
It's probably a clean rubber product, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah, I fucked a girl with it once.
What do you mean you fucked it? Like you just
put it in her pussy
with your hand?
Not with my foot. I fucking.
Well, when you say I fucked a girl, it sounds like you put a strap on.
Oh no, with my hand.
Which you wouldn't need to do because you have a penis, I think.
Yeah, you
no,
can use your own.
This was a big one. This was a good stretching device. And a few things laying around. I don't have many sex toys. I'm not big on toys.
No. You got your imagination.
Yeah, the books are too much. This guy said I should have kept my books, and I didn't want to keep them.
Keep your books.
Hey, Kent.
They're keepsakes.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
You should have let a fan get those books. I could have added them to my Jim Morton Mementos box.
Well, yeah, I didn't think of that. Your Memento box would have had my books. Thank you, Kent. I was going to save them, but I'm never going to read them. Like, I keep saying I'm going to read, and my mind is too scattered. I got to make myself read. I keep saying that, but I really want to do it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do the same exact thing. Like, I bought a bunch of books, 2 weeks ago. I was like, I got to start reading.
I have no Wi-Fi outside. Literally, the glass to my terrace stops the Wi-Fi. I can't get Wi-Fi. It drives me fucking... I have Verizon Fios, which I love. Mm-hmm. It does not reach my terrace, which is a foot away.
Why don't you get one of those Wi-Fi bouncers?
I don't know how to do it. I tried setting it up. I don't know how.
It's so easy.
I know. Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, I just set one up for my parents over the weekend.
Could you help me?
For money.
All right.
I'm not going to charge you for saying. I'm going to take some mementos for myself, though.
Yeah, I need help because I want to bring it outside and use it. You plug it in, and then you got a little Wi-Fi for yourself.
Is it like, we got like an Eero thing where you plug it in. It's you get two of them, and it uses it like the router. You plug one in direct to the internet.
Right, and then one outside.
Right, and then it'll bounce from one to the other, and it would just expand.
I tried that. It just kept getting the fucking... It kept getting the not registering signal.
Did you ever get mad? Did you get mad at all?
I literally wanted to kill myself.
Because you couldn't get your Wi-Fi extender.
Because worthless piece of shit just can't do it again.
Yeah. And that's, by the way, when you want to kill yourself because your Wi-Fi doesn't work, it's bad that it doesn't work on your terrace, because then the option becomes right there.
Yeah, and then a part of me is like, I should use it out there to read. My phone works, so I can use my phone. I don't need
Books don't need Wi-Fi.
That's what I'm saying.
Just bring a book out there.
I should go out there and read.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't need Wi-Fi on your terrace.
Plus, if you got floodlights, you can read at night.
True.
Right? Not a bad suggestion.
I need to get more lights.
I agree with you.
I just don't want bugs.
Huh?
Just don't want bugs.
Get floodlights and citronella candles.
I have citronella candles. I love them. I burn them inside.
What?
I like the smell.
It's really odd.
They smell good.
Yeah, no, that's very strange.
Well, didn't you have a landlord, Sam, that was a problem, Andrew, in Indiana?
Yes.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah, that was one of the best stories I had ever heard. That was right before Sam got married, and he had went over to his landlord because he kept begging and begging, and the landlord ended up touching Jess's feet, and it was an amazing story. Do you remember that, Sam?
What was he doing?
I remember it.
What
my God.
What was the guy doing?
So it was not the apartment we're living in now. It was the apartment, but we moved out very quickly after. It was like an apartment where the guy owned just the one apartment. It wasn't the landlord in charge of the building.
Right.
It was owned apartments, and then people would rent them out. So this guy owned the one apartment that we were renting from him. And he would he lived with his mom somewhere in some house in another city in Westchester. And he's begging us to come over and begging us to come over. So finally we did, and I'm like, I don't like going to people's houses in general. I don't like when I'm home. I don't like seeing my friends, let alone seeing, the fucking guy who I'm renting an apartment from who I have no relationship with whatsoever. So Jess is like, no, we should go. He's probably going to try to sell the apartment to us or something like that. What other possible reason would he have for meeting us? And it just ends up being this thing that's like, the entire afternoon was one step away from a house of horrors.
Why?
Like, we first of all, Jess's instincts were terrible. We got there, and we sat down in the living room, and already I'm getting a very weird vibe from him. Very weird.
And you were renting his apartment from him?
Yeah. And he was just like he had some kind of spectrum deal, because his eye contact was weird, his thoughts and sentences were weird, and he was like, he was bringing in chips. He was trying to...
What's that?
And so...
I'd have hung out in that mug, made everybody laugh.
No, that would have been great. It would have been a nice relief. So we're sitting in the living room, and I'm looking at the front door, which is right next to us. And I go, okay, we're good. We can leave at any point if we have to. And Jess is like, oh, well, she gets nervous and overly polite. And she goes, are you going to give us a tour? I'm like,
were you annoyed at her?
What? I was furious, because the first thing he does is like, oh, yeah, let me show you the basement. And I was like, what the fuck did you just do, Jess? Like, why? But everything obviously ended up fine, but he brings us to the basement. Ugh. He's got an old sports car in the garage that's in, pristine condition that he obviously never drives.
That's cool.
He's got
Me too, I got one.
I'm sure you do.
I got a Lamborghini.
I'm sure you do. But like
his mom upstairs.
Yeah. It wouldn't have surprised me if the sports car was owned by somebody else and he ended up with it. He's got a VCR connected to a big screen TV. This was like 5 years ago, and he's acting like this is like the height of technology. We go upstairs. All the wallpaper looks like it's from the 70s.
Oh, cool.
But not retro. Like it's actually 70s wallpaper, but it's all spotless. Like, and you just don't see that. It's all spotless. We go into...
He's a neat man.
We go into his dad. His dad's dead, but he shows us on the wall, his dad's firearm collection is all there. He shows us all his guns that he loves to shoot. Then we go into...
Yeah, pick which one of these you'd like in your mouth.
That's it. Then we go into his mom's room, and it looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because his mom is, like, immobile. She doesn't leave her room. But she's got a chair, a tiny TV on a TV.
That's Psycho.
Yeah.
In Psycho.
Yes. She's got a chair, a tiny TV on a TV stand, a mini fridge, and a mattress that's on the floor. And that's her existence. And she's just this sweet lady who's like, oh, hello, oh, I'm so good. Yeah, he doesn't have many friends, so it's nice
So
to
far,
see
this
people.
guy sounds nice.
Then we go, we're in the kitchen. He starts making us way too much food and he's not eating himself.
He's lonely. He wants friends. You were his friends. He was excited you were there.
Way too much food. He shows us
what do he make you? Make you a little pasta bazool?
No. He makes like...
Quinoa?
What? No.
Little quiche?
No.
It's a nice little things to bring to... A couple comes over. Things I'd make. What do you make you?
He makes like...
potatoes au gratin?
Probably half a dozen chicken breasts for the two of us.
Ooh, nice. Chicken titties.
Yeah, 3 sets of chicken tits. And
what else did he bake you?
He starts throwing carrots into this boiling pot.
I probably put him between the chicken tits. A little subliminal advertising.
It's great.
Go ahead.
Without peeling. I don't know what he would be advertising, but he's not peeling them. He makes like 4 baked potatoes. I'm like, I don't know who all this food is.
He probably heard the radio show. He knows you like baked potatoes or raw potatoes.
He's never heard the radio show.
He knows the Roberts enjoy potatoes.
And he's got like, and then he's got a pepper spray gun in the package on the table that we're trying to ignore. And a pepper spray gun it comes with a can of pepper spray, but it's also a gun that you can load the can into.
Sure.
So you can shoot pepper spray like it's a gun.
Yeah.
And like we just kind of ignored it. Jess and me obviously both noticed it. But he goes, you're probably wondering, what's the deal with that pepper spray gun? And we were like, oh, yeah, sure. And he explains to us that if somebody breaks into the house and he shoots them with one of the guns he has upstairs and the bullet goes through the wall and into the neighbor's house, he can be brought up on manslaughter if he accidentally shoots his neighbor.
He's right.
So if somebody breaks into the house, he's going to shoot him with the pepper spray gun.
So this guy's pretty much a conscientious, responsible gun owner showing you friendship, giving you a tour of his house and making you food, albeit in an appropriate amount. This guy's a home run so far.
And then he starts, he looks at, Jess has like her foot up on her knee, you know, like not quite cross-legged. And he's looking and she's wearing some like moccasins. And he goes, oh, those are really nice shoes. What are those made out of? And he starts gripping her shoed feet and touching the bottom of her shoes and everything.
He wants to feel her moccasins.
And just like, yeah, really feeling the moccasins. And we're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Was she creeped out?
Oh my God. And he's going like,
oh, wait till I see her. Can't wait to ask about her shoes.
Oh, what are those made of?
What are your shoes made of?
And we're like, he serves us food. He doesn't serve any for himself at all.
What are your Tootsie covers made out of? And you ate? How about no thank you?
We picked around.
Would you have eaten, Troy?
Hell no.
No, you wouldn't have said stayed long?
No, just too fucking weird. I'd be
It's
like, we gotta
so
go.
weird.
We have a dinner tonight.
It was so weird. And we're like, we're picking at it. And he's like, you know, the potato skin is the healthiest part, blah, blah, blah. And Jess was like, oh, okay. And she eats her baked potato or whatever. And then we start, finding excuses to leave. And Jess is like, oh, can I throw this out? And he's like, he says in a way that is, you want to believe that he's joking, but there's no humor to his voice. He goes, oh, no, I'll eat the skin. And we're like, what the fuck is this guy? Is he just bad at joking, or is he going to eat our leftovers when
Maybe
we leave?
both.
What do you think, Troy?
He's gonna eat the leftovers. He also probably made more than needed because sometimes I do that just to make extra food for later.
Dude, it was a lot. Like,
he was hoping he'd sleep over and have some chicken and baked potato in the morning.
It was enough for...
He was hoping that you'd stay on the couch and him and Jess's moccasins would stay upstairs.
And we finally... And he shows us this photo cube of his family. And we're going like, what? And he's like, this is... But they're all photos from the 80s. So it was like obvious that none of these people saw him anymore. And it made us feel like, maybe the people were no longer living. Maybe he had murdered the people. I don't know.
Maybe he's just a lonely guy who needed some friends.
Maybe that's what he does.
A little socially awkward.
And on our way out, we did say exactly what you said. Oh, we got to go. Sam's parents thing, blah, blah, blah. He had no reason for inviting us there. He didn't pitch us buying the apartment. No reason for us to be there at all. He goes, wait, before you go, I need to take your photo. We were like, what?
He wanted to jerk off to her moccasins.
He took a photo of the two of us together standing in his driveway, and we got the fuck out of there so fast.
That's cool.
So fast.
He just likes to look at it. He probably talks to you guys to this day. How's your potatoes? And he pretends he's Sam. Oh, it's great.
That's what he does for my voice?
He does.
It was, yeah. I mean, and I think when I initially told the story, it was far more long form, but it was so...
Were you creeped out by him?
It was so weird. Yeah, we had to move.
Did you say to Jess, why did you ask him to take us on a tour of the house?
Immediately. I was like, what were you thinking? Why would you do that? And she, I don't know, I got nervous and I was trying to be polite.
No, there's nothing worse than bad instincts when you're in one of the situations.
Terrible instincts. Immediately. Oh, yeah, let me show you the basement first. I'm like, what the fuck?
Let me show you where I jerk off on corpses.
Yeah. We're going to be the corpses.
Do you stay in touch as friends now that it's not a landlord-tenant relationship?
No, he sent one letter. I might have it here. He sent one letter in the mail after we moved. I don't think he has our address, though, so I don't know how we got it. Or maybe it was after that.
Maybe he does.
Maybe it was before we moved. He sent us a letter in the mail. And, of course, serial killer handwriting. Unmistakably serial killer handwriting. Which is your typical, chicken scratch. Nothing has evolved since you were 5 years old.
Well, he's just maybe he's a socially awkward guy who needed some friends. And he realizes that he always has people coming over his house that he pays. And he would like a real friend. So when he has a couple come over, he wants to be nice to them.
I'm not the guy if you need friends.
Because he knows that his friends are just women that he pays for sex, and he would like a real friend.
You think he uses prostitutes?
Yes, I do.
I should have asked him when I had the opportunity.
Maybe he just wants real friends. Sometimes the boy just wants real friends.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like you are putting yourself in his position.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I understand this man.
You do.
Except I can't cook. I wouldn't have anything for you.
That'd be better.
Except the pear. You guys want a pear?
No.
Want an apple?
I'd be sitting up there.
You want a Triscuit? Fucking bag of doodads? Here you go.
I'd be looking at your terrace going, if I jump, can I survive? How do I get out of here?
I love doodads. I used to get them when I was a kid. Do you remember doodads?
No, are doodads different from mementos?
Yes, they're a delicious snack.
Oh, I didn't know.
They like a Czech cereal mix and pretzels. Doodads rule. Yeah, the blue doodads fucking were awesome. My grandmother used to bring them over as a treat.
Mix. It's literally Chex Mix.
She would bring over doodads. I'd eat them out of her pussy.
Doodads are just Chex Mix.
No, they got other stuff in them.
Like what? I see them. I'm looking at them. It's Chex Mix.
Pretzels.
Yeah, that's in Chex Mix.
Some Chex Mix.
Oh, is it?
Chex Mix is not just Chex. That would be Chex. Chex Mix.
What's the difference between doodads and Chex Mix?
Zero difference.
Name.
Are they gone?
Yeah, of course doodads are gone.
They don't make doodads anymore?
No, Pop.
I didn't know.
No, they don't make doodads anymore.
I love a good box of doodads.
So get some Chex Mix.
Yeah, just get Chex Mix. You'd be amazed. I'll write doodad on the box for you if you want.
Wow. What happened to doodads? Let's look that up. I'm obsessed.
That's what you'd call your father when he shit on your chest.
He never shit on my chest.
Yes, Doodad came to visit. Oh, no.
No, I
don't want to see Doodad. Not tonight.
No, he'll say something and I'll be like, Doodad? I don't know. Going for it.
Yeah, doodads are just Chex Mix. There's no difference. No diff.
I guess when did they go out of business?
Many years. I've never heard of them.
I've never heard them either.
Yeah, when people stopped saying, I want to eat some doodads.
Yeah, I've been put on this planet for over 30 years. I've never heard of doodads.
I bet you that people still crave them.
Nobody craves them. There's Chex Mix.
They are
Chex Mix.
They are like Chex Mix. I'll say that. They're very similar.
It's the same thing.
Could you Google what's the difference between Chex Mix and doodads?
People will say, what the fuck is... The difference is somebody knows what Chex Mix is.
What's the difference between doodads? I love a good... I'm telling you, the phone lines are going to get flooded with people who miss doodads.
Late 90s.
Wow.
They survived that long.
Yeah.
They were like, why don't we just call this stuff Chex Mix?
Yeah, you don't miss doodads if they've been gone for over 20 years.
Whatever happened to doodads?
I fucking loved them.
I was there.
Doodads versus knickknacks.
What's knickknacks?
Check mix, yeah, I guess so. I guess it is doodads.
It's the same deal. It's just fucking trail mix with checks in it.
No, I love Chex Mix. But doodads, when I was a kid, grandmother would bring over.
Well, you just like the serving dish that grandmother put them in.
Yes, I did. No, look at that. That's a cool box of doodads.
It's the same as Chex Mix. Roland.
He'll know what they are.
You see that snack right there? What does that look like to you, though? Is there any difference? It's Chex Mix. He said it.
I know. Oh, the urban cheddar doodads. Fucking what a killer new one.
That's what they were going to... It's Cheddar and Herb, which was the original name for this show. I was Cheddar and you were Herb.
Did you like, Boo? Did you like doodads when you were a kid?
Me? All right.
So hold on, Roland.
Thanks, buddy. Roland, you like doodads? Or you ever heard of them before?
You're talking to the mic, Roland. Your voice is meek.
Check Mix.
That's right. Check Mix.
Yeah. But did you ever eat doodads or no?
No, I wouldn't eat that.
Why? They're good.
Looks healthy.
It's pedestrian Chex Mix, right?
Yeah.
They're the original Chex Mix.
I like the cinnamon Chex Mix.
I like the saltier. I don't like necessarily... I don't think I've ever had cinnamon Chex
You don't like
Mix.
savory? You like salty?
I like savory. I kind of prefer salty. I've been on a salt kick.
I get warm popcorn at the movies and pour M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
It melts in.
I do that shit.
You get sticky hands. Get the chocolate, you eat it. So good. You get sweet and salty.
Okay.
Do you have trouble saying Chex Mix a little bit?
Chex Mix.
Yep. Yes, you do. They all the words kind of mesh up together.
Do you put butter on the popcorn?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But I have I bring my own butter spray.
Why? Is it better or healthier?
It tastes better.
Just because it tastes better?
Oh, yeah, it's not healthier. Hell no.
What's it called?
It's called butter spray. I go, ooh, delicious.
And M&M's?
Yeah, and I took a date out and she stared at me. She goes, what are you doing? Where'd you get that from? I go, home.
Did she know she was a date? That's the worst when you take your girl out and they don't know they're a date. I've heard that.
Oh, I did. I took one girl to go see a Broadway play. She goes, is this a date? I'm like, well, I'm $400 down, I guess.
Yeah, well, I guess
and what'd she say? She
no, she goes, cool, but this is more like a friend date.
I put the fucking kibosh on that shit immediately.
How so?
Meaning, I'll finish the evening, but if I feel, I'll have a nice time. And if I feel like, okay, I want something that this person doesn't, I'll ask them after, or I'll text them after, go, hey, I have a feeling that I think I'm interested in something different than you are. And if they go, well, no, I really enjoy the friend. Cool. Never again.
I hear your voice in my head every time I talk to a girl. Cut it off!
That's the worst.
If I want to go on if I'm not going to get fucking blown, I'll hang out with Sam or Troy or you or Travis. People whose company I like.
Take me off that list.
I'll hang out with you.
You will get blown.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. Sam's an ass eater.
Yeah, I am.
Dude, I'll tickle your taint.
But I don't want that. Fuck that friendship date shit.
What a terrible question to be asked. Is this a date?
What made her say that?
Well, bitch, I thought until you asked that question it might be.
Roland was 2 fingers deep. What made her ask that?
What? We were sitting down, and then some person goes, do I get a picture of you two? And then she went, no, it's cool.
Oh.
And then I went, oh, okay. And then I go, oh, yeah, because it could be a memory of the date. And she goes, then that's when she goes, oh, no, we're just friends. I was like, oh. I took one date to a concert. And then she was all into it. She goes, oh, this is great, a great time.
Did you guys have good seats?
Front row to Luke. Yeah, front row.
Luke Bryant?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to enjoy your favorite country artist with your favorite gal.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But then she went and took cock from her favorite African-American friend.
Oh, she wanted to be at
God bless her.
Public Enemy concert.
At the end of the night, though, I got 2 high fives.
Oh.
Double it up.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
I'll out-pathetic that.
No.
I took a hot younger woman out for dinner.
When?
A year and a half ago.
Okay.
It's a while ago. And I didn't know what my dynamic with her was. Again, I'm a lot older than her. I didn't know. She hadn't said it was but we went out to dinner. I took her out to a really nice dinner. And she's like, yeah, I gotta go. I got a cuddle date later. She had a cuddle date.
She was leaving you for a cuddle date.
For a cuddle date with a guy.
Did you say, what? You could just cuddle here?
No.
A cuddle date.
Why would she even say that?
Because I think she thought we were just friends, or she was establishing that we were just friends.
She thought of Jim so platonically that she said to him the same thing she would say to some girlfriend.
To her grandfather. She did the same thing she would have said to her grandfather.
Yeah.
It happened to me on a day. I took one. She would love country, so I took her to go see Blake Shelton.
Big one.
Before the meet and greet, you hang out with Blake. You talk to you for 5 minutes.
You took her to meet and greet too?
Oh, you took her to meet Blake?
So Blake talked. Hey, he goes, I love this guy. So he pumped up everybody.
Perfect.
So we were sitting down, and then he came on, second song into Blake. She goes, oh my God, he texted me. I was like, who? She got up and left.
No!
Yeah, no.
Did he even do Honeybee?
She said, like, hello, Brooklyn.
Wait, who texted her?
Some guy that she had a crush on.
She took off faster, and then I thought, oh, she'll be back.
She left the Blake concert?
She left the Blake concert.
You were hoping
What a
she
cunt.
just gone to the bathroom?
I thought, well, maybe something happened to her. I texted her, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. She was at some bar with some guy.
Wait, did you ask her why she just left you in the car? How did it happen that you took her?
She we started hanging out. She goes, oh, I love country. We should hang out more. Like, oh, this is great, finally. And then I go, yeah, I have an extra ticket to Blake. She goes, of course I'll go.
Did she indicate that she might see this guy?
No, I had no idea.
She left the concert to go see this guy?
Playing guitar, and she got up and left, and she was like this. Like looking around, like, what's going on?
Wait, so did you talk to her again after that? Did you tell her you're a fucking asshole?
So what happened? She goes, I'm sorry, I had feelings for this guy. He texted me, wanted to meet up, so she goes, I just left.
What a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I haven't talked to her since. I was like, oh.
That's just rude. If I was with you, I wouldn't leave just to meet up with a girl. That's fucking rude shit.
Yeah, I just sat down and people like around me, oh, is she coming back? I go, I got more room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you should have said, no, she had cancer.
But yeah.
I wish you would let me life coach you.
And I was like, oh.
I want to help too.
I know, you want to help, but
we've tried.
I know.
It's
well, it's hard to. It's kind of hard to plan for that one. Yeah. You don't consider that level of shitty.
No, that was a new one. I was like, whoa, didn't see this one coming.
She left you at a concert to go see another guy.
Yeah, but I stayed there for the full show. It was a great show.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, if I was with a girl and she left the Sabbath show, I wouldn't find out until after whether she was alive or dead.
Just sitting there with a coat chair next to you, just tapping your leg by yourself.
How long did it take you before you realized she's not coming back?
When he went for an encore, I was like, oh boy.
Oh no.
But you stayed for the encore.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's a great concert.
Yeah, and I was like, oh boy. And he goes, hey, all the lovers there, or first dates, bring the baby clothes. This is the next song. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm sit down for this one.
Just a U-ski on that one.
Yeah.
So you do you let these women, do you know these women want to be friends and you hope that they change their mind?
I say some yes, some no.
That's honest.
Yeah, it's like 50-50.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't change their mind. And again, for any of us, they just don't.
Because sometimes you read them, you can't, like, oh, no, this.
Sometimes they act like they're going to change their mind, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll give you.
They go the carrot.
Yeah, they'll give you enough rope that they can still go see the show, they can still go to the, whatever, the game, the event, the whatever it is. They can meet the celebrity, they can get the hookup. Sure. They'll give you enough rope to be like, oh, Roland, you're not like other guys. Oh my God, Roland, I never thought I would have such a good time with you. Yeah. And then in your head, you're going like, that means, I'm special. She's seen past whatever and like sees me as a mate. And then she finds out she sees you as a mate, but like in the British term, like, oh, that's my mate, Roland.
You have to, like, a lot of times you have to ask the unpleasant question.
Yeah, you're
sometimes, and you do it during text, so it doesn't have to be uncomfortable for her.
Oh, yeah.
You can just say, look, I mean, I think that we're looking at different things. I found out one that I thought wasn't interested was. So you find out once in a while that you're wrong. But, you got to ask it. Yeah. Look, am I looking at this different? I think I'm looking at this differently than you are. You don't have to say, like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, we both look at this the same way. Like, I'd like to take you on a date. Like I told you, the one girl's like, oh, you don't want to date me. All right, fuck you.
Goodbye.
No, I'm not angry. That's fine. She's just being honest.
Yeah, I took one girl to a Yankee game, and then she goes, hey, a few friends are coming. And then 6 of them showed up. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I would never.
What's happening?
They went to the game with you?
Yes.
Ew.
Gross.
You know what you got to say? Yeah. Sometimes you got to let a girl know, even if it's kind of light, you got to go, I want to take you on a date. I've said that before. Let's go on a date. It'll be fun. And if they say no, at least that lets them know your intention. Not that you're going to fuck them, but at least it lets them know your intention. If they say no, good.
Yeah, no, I learned now, like, hey.
You don't have to fuck with you. Like, you could go on a date and just have a kiss on the cheek, but just to know that she might be interested.
Oh, just that even if there is no kiss on the cheek, just the vibe in the room is, we have made it clear, this is a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no expectation of anything, but that's why we're doing what we're
Because
doing.
we like each other, we're on a date.
Right.
None of them are exciting enough just to hang out with. I'd rather hang out with one of my friends.
Isn't that amazing when, like, really good-looking women are convinced that, like, oh, we're just buddies.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Yeah, it's like, well, first of all, though, that's guys' fault because women always know that we like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, there's one I went on, I was really bummed. I was very bummed that she didn't see it that way. Fuck her. That's it. I'll just be bummed and not waste my time.
I don't know if women, we think that women always know, but there have been women that I've hung out with that I've had to explain to them, like, you're leading guys on through your DMs. Like this, like they're DMing dudes and stuff and going back and forth. And I'm like, and then they're like, oh, geez, I don't know. He made it awkward because, like, he said this and I thought we were just friends. And I'm like, this is your fault. This is your doing.
First of all, they're bullshitting. They always know. The problem is I think sometimes they don't even acknowledge it to themselves.
Right, that's what it is.
Because what happens is if she acknowledges to herself, then she has to acknowledge that she's just using a guy or whatever.
Leading him on.
And they try to get around all those little weird moments because they do enjoy the friendship and the perks of the friendship.
Yes.
But, look.
Yeah, why is he treating you better than his guy friends that he's known for years?
Do you want to be friends? I hang out with really fun. What do you think? I'm going to go to dinner with you, buddy, or Colin?
Right.
What's wrong with you? He's not fucking me either. I'd rather hang out with him and laugh.
Right.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah. No, you know who you know who my friends are? Rich Voss. Like, that's what I figured. Are you like him? No. Go away. One reason. And it's not even just like sex, right? It's like,
it's not even just sex.
It's dating. It's a different relationship. Companionship.
Where's the last friendship one you had that you went
to?
Wait, you mean friendship one meaning
that you wanted to be more?
Right.
Probably 3 months ago.
Where would you go?
To see a Broadway play.
Oh, that's the girl.
Yeah.
And she said we're just friends?
Yeah, because, she goes, she's my pal. Huh? She me like,
Oh.
She told me first off fucking Hamilton.
You took her to Hamilton?
Yeah.
She didn't know it was a date when you took her to Hamilton?
Yeah.
She's lying.
I know, because that's what I was like.
It really is.
She's full of shit.
Disgusting.
She knew what you wanted, but she's like, hey, he didn't say it, so I can still have plausible deniability and go on the date. She wanted to see Hamilton.
And you're right. She'll never even admit it to herself because they don't want to admit that anybody who's a clear-thinking person would see, like, why would you go to all the extra effort to do something this cool if it's just like, oh, Travis wasn't around, so do you want to come? I just wanted to bring a buddy to this amazing evening.
But we always know, too, as men, a lot of times we know, we're not sure. Like when they give you the hug goodbye, where the hug is where the top of the chest and the shoulder touch, there's no body contact, and their hips arch out away because the idea of your genitals touching them is repulsive.
Right.
When they give you the fucking buddy hug, it's like, fuck you, this is not a date.
If you're not feeling some tit on the hug, it's not a date.
Even a little. Like, even a little.
Bit, right?
That's right.
Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be.
Do you know the hug I mean?
Of course I do.
Yeah. That fucking...
Sometimes you... cause
it's a hug I give Bob Kelly.
Right, because guys know immediately when there is specifically no tit being given in a hug. And girls do that on purpose.
Well, at least Bob will give you some balls to rub you.
Bob's a good egg.
Bob
take Bob out for a fun evening. Bob will at least watch you jerk off.
I gave Bob a Deadpool signed poster. He rubbed his neck against me. Like, oh, thank you.
So wait, what restaurant did you go to before Hamilton?
It's
dinner and a show.
Yeah, it's a good one downtown.
Of course it was a good one.
What night of the week?
It was a Saturday night.
Okay.
Oh, Roland.
Yeah, after Hamilton, I got this. Well, I had fun. I'm going to go meet my girlfriends at a club.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, what are you going to do? I got 16 handles somewhere around this fucking town.
Oh, you went to 16 handles. 16 handles.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to hang out with your girlfriend? I guess I'm going to go binge eat somewhere until I pass out.
Yes, I'm going to go find my comfort. Now, did she invite you to the club?
No, she said she's going off to meet friends.
That's the worst. Because she specifically didn't. She goes, I'm going to go meet my girlfriends at this club. What are you doing? Not like, oh, what are you doing? Do you want to come with me? What are you doing? Like, this isn't an option for you, so I'm assuming you have other plans because you're not coming with me.
So I went first to Caroline's, met with Ray Charles. He goes, what are you doing? I told you this was going to happen.
Now,
and then 16 handles.
How did you know her?
Through a friend. We met, and then
go to a friend.
Yeah.
Did she not? And you said to her, "Do you want to go to?"
A friend of a friend wants to take me to an amazing restaurant in Hamilton on a Saturday night.
Hamilton, yeah.
Right, just to be buds.
I don't want to see Hamilton.
No, of course.
Was
not.
it good?
It was good.
How many times have you seen Hamilton?
3 times.
Oh, these bitches. These bitches
all
got you
girls?
rolling. All these
all
bitches.
girls?
Yeah.
Have any of them fucked you?
No. don't think the only person that fucked me was Hamilton.
Yeah,
you want to spend a few Hamiltons, you get some pussy. Just fucking get a hooker.
Way easier.
And then when they come up on stage, I'm like, hey, this again.
Why don't you let Troy get you a nice Russian hand job?
Oh, duh.
Hold on, Terry in Chicago has the same thing. Roland, put your headphones on, because this guy goes through it too, I guess. Hey, hello, Terry.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing, man?
How you doing, Terry?
So I used to use this app called POF, Plenty of Fish, when I was down in Florida. And there was this chick, POF, Plenty of Fish. There's a lot of quality candidates on there. And so we went out, and we have been texting back and forth because I got a pretty good plan as to how to get them to kind of reveal whether or not they're into anything sexual. So I'm kind of opening it up in the conversation before we even go out. Mm-hmm. And so this chick was acting like she was about it, you know? And so we ended up going out to this place, and I was like 30 minutes late, and there was these gay chicks talking to her when I got there. And so I ended up kind of hitting on one of the gay chicks. This story has turned out terrible. I ended up hitting on the gay chick, and then we went back to her crib, but it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. We were still kicking it, still had been drinking, and so I thought she was going to invite me up because we went back to her house. Got back to her crib, and she was like, no, you can wait down here for me, and I'll be back down. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't come up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like 60 degrees out. It's kind of chilly, you know what I mean? Like, I can't come up. And she's like, no. And by the time she closed the doors on the elevator, I was gone.
So wait a minute. You went on a date. You ditched your date for a lesbian, and you're wondering why she didn't invite you up?
No, I didn't ditch her for the lesbian. Me and the lesbian were kind of getting along a lot. Like
she's a lesbian.
And I was the kind of dude that she would date. But the lesbian chick, they left. They went and did some other shit. I left with the chick that I came with.
Well, they actually call POS.
All right, thanks, man. Okay. All right, let's break. I want to eat something, and I'm tired.
So does Roland.
Yeah, I know he does.
I do. Cheerios.
Are you having Cheerios?
Yeah.
What did you have at 16 Handle that night?
I had strawberry cheesecake and chocolate.
Ooh. That's the comfort, right?
Oh, it's right there. Right in the middle.
Is that were you feeling bad about yourself?
I do. I don't go to the good places. I go to 16 Handles.
Why?
Because it's not that great, but yes, it satisfies me.
But I mean, when she said she was going out and you realized it was just a buddy date, were you feeling bad?
Oh, I had my bakery notes, like, where should I go? But I did have a good bakery, though, too. Thank you, Dominic. He gave me some good pastries.
These bitches, huh?
I know.
Roland's such a nice guy.
He gets taken advantage of, though.
You shouldn't allow
they see
it,
him coming.
You shouldn't allow it. Literally, you shouldn't allow it. You should establish that it's a date, or go on a dating app, go on Tinder or one of those things and find someone. You know, but try not to allow that stuff, man.
Yeah, Michael Norman's like a Babe Ruth at Tinder.
Yeah. Roland also goes for really hot chicks.
Yeah.
And
they do it to all of us.
And the hot chicks are they'll make Roland, they'll convince Roland that it's a possibility. Where Roland be like, oh, this is, you get drunk on it a little bit because you're like, oh, man, I shouldn't be dating a girl this hot. Every time you date a girl that's out of your league, at least in the beginning of the relationship, you're like, oh, my God, I can't believe this girl's even talking to me. We all get there.
I've only dated girls out of my league.
Right. And it gets you drunk off that thing of oh, my God, I can't believe they're talking to me. And that's what they do to Roland. And then it's okay, take. And then Roland's like, okay, now for me. And they're like, oh, no, not for you. Not for you. No, I'm going to leave now.
They're like the soup Nazi, but they're saying no pussy for you.
Roland, have you tried Tinder or any of those sites?
Grindr?
I tried Bumble. I got this woman, had 8 kids.
That's all right, dude. You know what? Maybe you got to realize that the pool is not as small as you think it is. Open that pool up.
Yeah, hey, Kate, it was a fucking, what's her name?
Whose name?
Oh, Kate, the 8 kids.
Oh, no,
Kate plus 8?
Yeah, she had 8 kids. She goes, do you have a job? That's hot. I'm like,
delete. Why don't you try a couple of them?
Roland, maybe you got to spend a night just dipping into some woman with 8 kids. Give her a thrill. She needs something. You don't need to date her. You just fuck a woman that's got 8 kids.
Yeah, take her to 16 Handles.
Take her to 16, yeah, exactly. You don't need to bring her to Hamilton. You bring her to 16 Handles. You take her to see the Avengers or whatever, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then you put it in for a little while.
I've been telling Roland that forever.
Right?
He has.
I hung out once with Roland, and there was an older woman there, but she was still pretty. We were at Los Feliz. Remember, Roland?
Oh, yes.
And there was a woman who just literally started talking to Roland, and I guess she gave her you gave her your number or something?
Yeah.
And you guys started talking, and she wanted to hang out, but Roland was like, I don't know, and just blew it off. I'm like, dude, you should just hit it.
Yeah.
Why'd you blow it off?
I don't know.
He likes those hot chicks.
Probably because I'm an idiot.
Was she too old?
No. I don't think so.
Were you nervous?
I don't know.
Did you ever get a hooker?
No.
How was just a hand job?
I would be disappointed, like, they have the right amount or something. Something bad will happen to me.
He just doesn't know the protocol.
Yeah.
So he's like, it'd be embarrassing to...
Like, pull it out, the cops come, like, fuck me.
How great would that be if Roland got arrested his first time with a prostitute?
That I can see.
We had to go bail him out. Okay, see you, maybe we don't, not for air. And
then a guy in jail was pretending to want to fuck him just to get his dessert.
He was so nice.
All right, well... Hang in there, Roland.
You got this, buddy. You got this.
We have Lou Piniella coming up shortly, promoting Lou, 50 years of kicking dirt, playing hard, and winning big in the sweet spot of baseball. I love Lou Piniella.
Oh, yeah.
Played on those great Yankee teams. He played 74 to 84 with the Yankees. All those great Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson, Chris Chambliss. Oh, I fucking love those guys. So happy he's coming in.
And today is Craig Ferguson's birthday. Happy birthday to Craig Ferguson.
Yes. I wish he was on the show for his birthday. It's his birthday, and he gives us a gift.
Ooh.
Exactly. He's got the gift of Roland brown nosing.
Roland is brown nosing. Yeah. Happy birthday, Craig.
Exactly. I didn't get a happy birthday.
No, I didn't either.
Right?
He doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
Happy birthday to you too, belated.
Happy belated.
All right. See you guys in a minute. Country music stinks.
What?
This is awful.
Well, this isn't great.
Who is this?
This is Blake Shelton. Honeybee. I'll be your honeybee.
Do you like it, Troy?
But, like, that doesn't mean country music. So, I mean, maybe some of the...
All modern country stinks.
Well, what's modern?
Anything that's not Johnny Cash.
All right, that's
or Willie Nelson.
That's very trendy in East Coast Brooklyn of you.
Oh, that's just what I like. This is awful. There's more money to come from.
I mean, first of all, there's a whole generation of Johnny Cash that are just as good as Johnny Cash.
Who?
Waylon, Willie.
They're good, but not as good as Johnny Cash.
Waylon Jennings is the man.
Johnny Cash is the holy grail of country music.
Yeah,
he's the holy grail of country music for people who are too hip for country music.
No, for anyone, because he covered songs. He covered.
But it's people who are too hip for country music that are like. But Johnny's the holy grail. Like he deserves all the respect in the world, but like
he's just better.
That's what that is.
No, I just don't like the other stuff. I've heard it. I don't like it. I like his stuff. I don't like the other stuff. There's no, I listen to it. I'm like, like this does nothing for me. I'm glad we had this talk. Oh, are you? Nothing left to do but fall in each other's arms. And they have good voices. This reminds me of being at a gig and then just walking to a Walmart in the afternoon. This is what you hear playing.
That's it. Well, that's where all the country people are. Driving trucks, watching NASCAR, going to Walmart.
That's what it reminds me of. I spent a lot of time in Walmart on the road.
Thinking about honeybees.
Oh, my honeybee.
Checking people for ticks.
What did you say? I'll be your shady tree?
Yeah.
Ugh.
She said you'll be my honeysuckle.
Great. She wants to hang herself.
No.
I'll be your shady tree.
You don't want to be someone's shady tree?
No, unless it's shady because I sneak around and I fuck other trees. Look, he has a good voice.
He's going to be your sweet iced tea.
He's a huge celebrity and like a huge singer.
Not bad on the eyes.
Okay.
What?
Do women like him?
Oh my God, Blake Shelton.
Women, men. Look at Roland. Roland goes nuts for Blake Shelton.
Oh, he does. He's very jealous of Gwen Stefani.
Oh yeah.
She dating him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, if you could take a woman away from Gavin from Bush, you got to be a hot piece of ass.
Yeah. Right. Plus, he's a big star.
He is.
Did you sell a lot of tickets?
Yeah. Here and there.
Is he bigger than Garth Brooks?
No, nobody's bigger than Garth Brooks.
No, Garth Brooks did 2 nights at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about the holy grail of country music. Nobody's bigger than Garth.
Yeah, Garth Brooks is bigger. Still not better. I still don't like his music.
Garth's the fucking man.
Oh,
Sam.
He's the fucking man.
What do you think of Garth Brooks?
It's terrible. It's like, and Sam has pretty good taste in music.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, what?
I like Migos and I like Garth Brooks. You know?
Yeah.
No, Sam likes a lot of country.
Yeah, I don't like Garth Brooks either.
No.
I've heard the songs that they're like, oh, check this out. I'm like, it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good Garth Brooks.
There's not.
I mean, you know, everybody knows Friends in Low Places.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What?
That's a horrible song.
Slip on down to the Oasis? You guys don't know about having a good time. That's your problem. You guys are too busy being
We define
hip.
a good time differently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can say that again.
We just have different definitions, and I do not like that song.
Friends in Low Places.
I got friends in what? Do you? No.
He's talking about he's a little out of place.
I don't care.
But that's okay. You'll never hear him complain.
That's cool. I don't want to hear him sing either. I hear him for nothing.
That's not right.
She's a nice man, too.
Whoo! And you go to a concert and you hear just that first do. Everybody goes fucking ape shit. Ape shit. When that first lick, do. People are like, no fucking way.
Would you hear this?
Surprise?
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe he's doing Friends in Low Places right now. The reactions, that do.
He has a very good voice. Great voice. I just don't like it. Would you rather listen to this or Motorhead?
Motorhead. I'd rather listen to Jimmy Buffett than this.
What?
Yeah. Little Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett sucks.
Jimmy Buffett's lovely.
Hey, you want to party? Put on some Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, but listen here, listen. That's when you start to like, okay, all right, it's time to loosen up.
This is like
on a jukebox.
It's a country pop song.
I think of karaoke on a cruise ship when I hear this.
Exactly.
You can hear this on karaoke on a cruise ship. Yeah.
Travis, turn this off for a second.
Is that better?
Yep.
And I'll be okay.
Did you go see him at Yankee Stadium?
No, I've never seen him live.
I'll tell you who I have seen at Yankee Stadium. Sweet Louis P.
He's coming in a little while.
I'm going to do that when he comes in.
Are you?
Lou.
I bet Lou has respect for Garth Brooks.
He maybe.
Definitely.
He does, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know what Lou's musical taste is.
He's a sweet guy.
Nor do I care.
Sweet Lou.
Lou's an emotional guy, too. Lou's actually in touch with his emotions.
Sure he is.
As Travis said in our group text last night, he wears his heart on his sleeve. You ever hear Lou Piniella's retirement deal?
Nope.
He got a little teary-eyed.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Go on now.
Troy was just Googling images of
Garth Brooks.
It's Garth Brooks. He's a hot guy.
No, he's not.
But he was back in the day.
No, he looks like the old guy from Poltergeist 2. That stupid black hat. God is in his holy temple. He's a creep.
I mean, he's let himself go a little bit. But he could, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. When you're Garth
Fatty
Brooks. Oh. He's married to Trisha Yearwood. First couple, it's like Jay and Beyonce for country music.
Where's the speech? You're just Googling Lou Piniella. What's the retirement speech?
Yeah.
How about retirement?
It's YouTube.
It's right there.
What?
Not,
you just passed it.
You passed it. You got rid of it. There it is right there.
Okay.
Well,
I've never seen it.
Like you're coming in at the finish line. You're the last person to end the race.
Club organization. The city's special. People here are special. And I'm appreciative. Cried a little bit after the game. I get emotional. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. This will be the last time I put on a uniform. It's been...
Oh, sweet Lou.
Get a hold of yourself, Lou.
It's been very special to me.
You had a hell of a run, kid.
Outside of that, enjoyed working with all of you. You all have been very fair to me. And I appreciate it. We'll go home and
sleep with
the
my
things
wife.
that I have to do there and enjoy my retirement. I wish this organization nothing but the best in the past, in the future.
In the past.
Ricketts family, they're nice people, and they're going to do everything in their power to bring a winner here. I wish Jim well in his search for a new manager. I'm sure he'll get the right guy. And I look forward to watching Cub baseball on television in Florida.
Oof. Good for Lou.
Yeah.
Good for sweet Lou. Lou.
Louie.
And the Cubs, what was that, 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a few years after that the Cubs finally won.
Yeah.
We should ask him about that. So, Cubbies.
Let me write that down.
What
Yeah,
about
I mean, they
the
went through
Cubbies?
some managers after him.
What about the Cubbies?
That's the point.
Give me a pen. I want to write down about the Cubbies.
I think if you need to
Is
write
there a pen
down,
I got to write down and ask about the Cubbies?
You need to write down to ask Lou Piniella about the Cubs.
Not the Cubs.
I think you're ill-prepared.
Hold on. I got to write down and ask about the Cubbies.
I don't even have to write that down.
No. Sam's not even a baseball guy.
No, I spent
all my
listening
questions
to
are
Garth
about
Brooks.
the fucking 78 Yankees.
Okay, good. So we're going to go really broad today.
Yeah,
So
he had
what
such a
kind
big
of
career outside of the 78 Yankees?
What kind of snacks did Mickey Rivers like?
Oh, jeez.
Did Willie Randolph have a Walkman?
Oh. All right, so
Probably. Did you ever take one of Chris Chambliss's bats?
we're
awful question.
Do you enjoy Reggie bars?
We're focusing on the upper age tier of the audience today.
Yeah, well, they all know the 78 Yankees. There's nobody more famous than that team.
What are you talking about? They all know the 78
Billy
Yankees.
Martin, fucking Reggie and Thurman. Oh,
I'm not even young anymore, and I don't know the 78 Yankees.
Well, you should if you know anything about anything.
That's true.
You know about that 78 Yankees, boy.
You think Trump is going to have to give a speech like Lou?
I hope so. Not about retiring, no.
You don't think so?
No.
Leaving the seat in the White House?
No, he's not going to. He'll make it through. I asked...
You were saying he wasn't going to make it
but
through.
I do now. I think he's going to.
That's only because Roger Stone said he was.
But also, I'm just watching the evidence, and he just seems to be skating through all it. All the stuff that they thought was going to get him, they're not going to get him.
The last 2 days have been terrible for him.
It doesn't matter. You don't think he's going to stay?
No, he's going to stay.
He'll make it. He will. He's too stubborn. They're going to have to. I don't think he's done anything impeachable. It's hearsay. He asked this guy to stop the investigation about Flynn, or he gave the information about the exploding laptops. Good. I want everybody to know about the exploding laptops.
You do?
Yes.
You like the idea of him giving Russia secrets?
I don't care. What are they going to do with it? They hate the fucking terrorists as much as we do. What do you think? They're fucking pro-ISIS? The Russians are hardcore, man. They don't play games with them.
He's going to replace his whole staff is what he's going to do.
Yeah, he might. Sean Spicer's talking about this woman at Fox being interviewed about taking Sean Spicer's gig.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. He's fun to watch.
Although I love it. They're talking about Kimberly Guilfoyle coming in and being the Secretary of the Press.
Yeah.
Which would be fucking amazing. Because she used to be a Victoria's Secret model. So you'd have her as the Secretary of the Press. You'd have Ivanka looking like Ivanka looks like. He just needs to surround himself with hot chicks, and everybody would forget about so much of it.
He's like Muammar Gaddafi.
Yes, exactly. Nobody's going to want to argue with Kimberly Guilfoyle.
I don't think she's going to take the gig.
Why? Because she's going to stay on the 5?
I just don't think that's going to happen.
It's like, Donnie, I'm on the 5. What do you need? It has been amazing watching. We're now at a place where, as a person watching this all happen, you have to decide whether you believe the White House or the media, or just give up on everything. Because the media is presenting one thing that the White House is saying isn't true, and vice versa.
Well, they're all proven liars.
Yeah.
The White House, the media, so it's great. This is what we are. You don't know who to believe because they've all been caught lying and twisting stuff, so yeah, fuck all of them.
Everything is just coming forward. This is all, it's not just Trump. This really is like years and years and years and years of trying to get by on living in a swamp.
But the White House can't even get their story straight.
No, well, that's because Trump keeps tweeting different stuff.
Yeah, like with the Russia thing.
Yes.
So Washington Post, reports that he gave classified information to Russia. The defense secretary says no, he didn't.
No,
and
he
Trump
did
says
not.
yeah, I did.
Yeah. The White House comes out and goes, that's not true what they're reporting. That's not true. The Washington Post is not true. And then Trump just jumps on Twitter and says, as president, I wanted to share with Russia at an openly scheduled White House meeting, which I have the absolute rights to do, facts pertaining to terrorism and airline flight safety.
I think he's right. Although Israel said it might have jeopardized their person in ISIS. They have somebody in ISIS.
Yeah, but regardless of whether it's okay for him to do that or not,
you've got to be on the same page.
Get on the same page.
Yeah, you do.
Same thing with the Comey firing. They're all saying that that he based his decision on the recommendation of the deputy chief.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and has an interview with Lester Holt saying, I had decided to fire him.
Yeah. Maybe that confirmed what he wanted to.
Yeah.
Trump's communication is not clear. It's not great.
Terrible.
It's not consistent.
And he's sitting there going okay, people are already comparing this Comey thing to Watergate, right? They're comparing it to Watergate. They're comparing it to the Saturday Massacre. They're going through all this. And the White House and the people who are defending Trump are going, that's not what this is. That is totally misleading. It's a completely different thing. And you go, okay, you read about it, you're like, maybe the liberal media is going a little bit crazy comparing this to all the Watergate stuff. And then 1 minute later, Trump goes out and he goes, yeah, well, Comey better hope that there's no tapes of those conversations, huh? Implying that, that he may be recording conversations. And you go, why would you bring it back to Watergate? Why would you bring it back to what we were talking about?
If there's tapes, that would be good for Trump if he's telling the truth.
No, it wouldn't. You're not supposed to secretly record conversations.
In the White House? Why not? It's the White House.
That's what the whole thing was about. You're not supposed to secretly record.
Nah, why not? I don't have a problem with it. All right, more importantly, what team did Chris Chambliss' home run help the Yankees beat in the pennant? I think it was 76. 10th inning home run, walk-off.
Oh, it was the Marlins.
No.
I remember the Marlins.
Yeah.
Were the Marlins around?
No.
No.
They were the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Who he managed.
Yes, he did.
The Marlins were the shit when they first started. In the 90s?
Because they were good?
Because they were new.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. I remember I had all kinds of Marlin shit.
Did you have any Devil Rays stuff?
Did you?
No.
But they were new.
I know, but they didn't rank. You know who I loved? I loved the Marlins.
I wish John Wayne Gacy.
You mean because I'd be buried somewhere with lye on top of me?
Yes, after having been brutally mouth raped.
And I loved the Colorado Rockies.
I hate them.
Why do you hate the Rockies?
Because Randy Johnson. I hate the Diamondbacks.
I never watched the Rockies game, but I would wear Colorado Rockies stuff all the time. I didn't know who played for them. I was just like, yeah, purple and white, brand new team.
Big Larry Walker fan?
Oh,
yeah.
I like any expansion teams.
Since when?
I've never liked them.
Ever?
So you just like the
After
original
the
teams?
Expos, they all died for me.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. When you're a kid, you get excited about expansion teams because they're new.
Sure.
But probably as an older gentleman, you don't want to see them. Maybe that's why I wasn't excited. When did the Devil Rays pop in?
That was after the Marlins and the Rockies.
Right.
96?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't recall the exact year.
Can we look that up?
Yeah, it's like
Sure.
13 if it was 96. So that would mean that there.
I remember living in Tampa, and them or outside of Tampa, and they had a stadium ready because they really thought that they were going to get a team, and then they didn't. And that shitty Tropicana field sat there and was just like monster truck rallies and flower shows for like years and years and years.
They didn't abandon it?
No.
First year was 96.
Yeah, they were so sure that they were going to get that team that they just went ahead and built the stadium.
I hate the name.
It says 98.
No, it says 96. Oh, 98. Sorry, I can't read it. Yeah, 95 they got approved.
Yeah, 98. So I was like 15. So I probably at that point was like, no, I don't need new baseball teams anymore.
When were the Marlins?
That's not excited anymore. Marlins was like 93.
They were good. They had the guy catcher Charles Johnson. They had a very good team, and then they gutted it. They gutted this great team.
Yeah, their owner was shit. He did it
was
twice.
It Wayne Huizenga, right?
No, it was.
He owned the Dolphins, right?
Jeffrey Loria, or however you pronounce his last name.
Look at that.
He gutted the team when they won the World Series. Then they won another World Series, and he gutted that team too.
Sammy Sports nails it again.
Yeah, you do.
Why did he gut the teams? You want to pay the new salaries? It's Florida.
It's expensive. Yeah.
Well, they were winning. Were they selling tickets?
They were selling hats.
Because everyone in Florida is a fucking transplant from somewhere else, so they like the teams they like. They probably don't care about the Rays.
Who needs a home team?
It's hard to sell tickets down there.
Or the Marlins.
Right.
They're awful names for teams, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
they're both fish.
They've been talking forever already about the Rays relocating, you know.
Really?
Well, yeah, because they want a new stadium, and the city doesn't want to pay for it, and so once they exhaust their options down there, they have the option to leave.
Yankee Stadium was fucking 40 years before it got renovated. Fuck these teams. After 10 years, they want a new stadium.
Tropicana Field's a piece of shit.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium was super dope, though.
Yeah,
you forget these.
It's a house that Ruth Gordon built.
That's it. Hey, why don't they could put those neon baseball players on Citi Field? They used to be on Shea Stadium.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
Why?
Those awful giant batters. Oh.
Yeah, man, I always liked those guys. Why aren't they? Who were those players anyway? One of them was Doc Gooden, right?
Yep. The other was Darryl Strawberry.
That's right. Okay, good. Yeah, why don't they put those neon baseball players back on Citi Field?
Those were really bad.
I'm all about team aesthetics. I don't know much about what goes on the field, but I know a lot about the aesthetics of the team.
So then do you like that Marlins thing that they have when they hit the home run?
Ew, what is it?
Oh, no, I hate it. Oh, it's
so
not
bad.
good.
Can we see it? What is it?
It's not good. The Marlins home run celebration. First of all, I had a lot of trouble when the Marlins showed up in '93 because as a young boy, I did not know the difference between the Marlins and the Mariners.
Yeah, well, I mean,
well, don't tell Sweet Lou P that because he managed one of those teams.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out which one. You don't think that's cool?
We need a
Jim?
video.
There's a big
find a video.
There's a big float in the outfield,
and Marlins go around.
Ew,
there when they hit a home run.
They tried to make it like the. Go Fish! I would never want my team to hit a home run.
Is that what happens as a home run?
Yeah. Everyone's got their thing, you know, like at Citi Field, the Big Apple comes out.
That is fucking humiliating.
In Milwaukee, a guy, you know, goes down a slide.
Yeah. I would love to watch a guy run the bases going...
They don't do this during a home
He's just
run.
running the bases, looking like Drake and Hotline Bling.
This is too long.
Well, I mean, this is just a dope song.
Yeah, this is a good song.
Yeah,
they don't
play the whole song, but yeah, but I mean, the
they
thing
play
goes
a little
around,
bit of it, right?
I don't know. I've never been.
I'll bet when somebody hits a home run, they go
and they got a fish tank behind the backstop.
Everybody loves the fish. Oh, that's fucking horrible.
We are the Marlins. How about you? Right?
Oh, this is fucking horrendous.
You don't like it?
You don't need it. What do the Yankees do after a home run?
Nothing.
Oh, they run around the bases. That's right.
Most places do.
They just expect it. After a home run, the Yankees just rub it in.
They just got a bat with a fucking Yankee hat on it, and they run in a circle. That's why I like the Yankees. They never did that douchey stuff.
Well, they had, what was his name? Dandy?
Who?
Dandy.
Their mascot for a couple
but
years in the 80s.
no one cares about their mascot.
No.
Was it Yankee Dandy? Yankee Doodle Dandy?
I think it was just Dandy.
Ew. Meet the woman behind the 1980s Yankee mascot, Dandy.
There he is.
Oh, what a fucking hunk of shit Dandy. Let's see video of Dandy. I hate Dandy.
This was the same woman who like made the Fanatic, and like she had a couple like really good mascots.
No, the Fanatic's not good. She doesn't have any good mascots.
But I mean, they're famous. You know who the Philly Fanatic is. Everybody
the
does.
idea of doing a mascot for New York City.
Oh,
Dandy sucks.
Why is his mustache orange? That's the Mets color.
That I did.
Oh, look at her.
For
told you I know the
Dandy
aesthetics.
Was the one that I showed to George Steinbrenner and his group.
Oh.
Look, this will be Dandy. It's a weird thing that looks like something you shove in a twat.
What do you think Sweet Louis P thinks about Dandy?
Let's ask him.
Let me write down Dandy.
Do you miss Dandy the mascot?
Yeah. How great was Dandy?
Blue and white.
By the way, the sketch
Dandy, is there any video of Dandy? I don't want to see her.
The sketch looks a lot better than the actual execution.
Everything. Actual executions look better than the real Dandy. I don't want to meet her. Where's the Yankee mascot?
So they brought over the Apple from Shea Stadium, but they didn't bring those neon guys for the side of the building?
Yeah, they only had so much room in the truck.
The Mets should fucking shoot themselves, too. That Apple blows.
Oh, the Apple's terrible.
That fucking stupid baseball.
But it's been around for a long time. It's like it's a part of...
Mr. Mets sucks.
So were those neon guys.
True.
Mr. Met's a creep.
Do you like the neon guys on the building?
No, I don't.
What about Mrs. Met?
I never saw Mrs. Met.
It should just be Met. Like in Syracuse, we just became the orange. It wasn't about, it was just a genderless orange.
Oh, God, how awful.
The Mets should just be a genderless baseball.
No, they should. It's all men playing.
What?
It's no women playing in the
I'm not going to watch
Mets.
this if it's all men playing.
Sure you will. You'll only watch it if it's all men playing.
It's not right. It's
all right, there's no real video of Mr. of Dandy. What a shitty name.
No, I don't know if I've ever seen video of Dandy.
Please say hello to Dandy.
There's lots of photos, but I don't know.
The Yankee mascot.
Oh, that home run was just Dandy.
Oh, let me see the home run. Go down there, Troy. Go to the bottom. The Staten Island Yankees one. I fucking hate mascots.
Isn't Bobo the Staten Island Yankees mascot?
No, he's the Brooklyn Cyclones mascot.
Oh, okay.
He throws out the first pitch.
Okay, let's see the Gotham Miss on Twitter. Is there any video there? I want to see Dandy.
Dandy.
I want to see Dandy doing some fun on-field antics.
That home run was just Dandy.
Who's better, Dandy or that old
Hitler?
guy?
I don't know.
That old guy that used to have the spoon and the
I hated that fucking guy.
I was about to ask you about him. He's dead now, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I was so happy when he died. He walked around just making noise.
He let little kids hit the pan for him.
What was his name, like Freddie Says?
Freddie Says. He would walk around Yankee Stadium, and he would have a sign on a 2x4 with a frying pan like nailed onto it, and then he would just go around.
How loud and fucking irritating was he?
Hitting the frying pan with a spoon.
Constant noise. I hated him.
He was absolutely the unofficial mascot of the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they let him in for free.
I hate the fucking Jets guy, the fire, like all these guys I hate.
Fireman Ed?
All these fans that become part of it.
You don't like self-appointed mascots?
They're fucking the worst. And regular mascots are the worst.
I like Fire Marshal Bill.
I'll agree there.
He should be a mascot.
I hate I hate Dandy.
You do?
Right,
with a
that's your opinion.
Well, yeah.
Dandy's a piece of shit.
You're going to be on your own on that one.
There he is. The Yankee Dandy, the long-lost and ill-fated mascot from the Bronx. How long was he the mascot?
I was really like a season or 2 seasons.
Was he?
79 to 81, actually.
And so Lou Piniella was there.
Oh, good.
Do you miss Dandy the mascot?
Who played him? We should just ask Lou Piniella about Dandy the mascot.
I'm going to go back and read it.
1 hour of
Dandy.
Dandy.
Would have been funny if he had nothing but Dandy stories. Dandy was arrested for drunk driving.
Which chapter? Because I haven't read the entire book, but I haven't found any great Dandy stories yet.
Oh, my God. It was the only thing... All right. He was a large pinstripe bird.
Oh. I'm looking through the photos, and I don't see any photos of Dandy. Wait a minute.
Listen to this. On July 10th, 1979, the San Diego Chicken, then working for the Seattle Mariners, put a hex on Yankees pitcher Ron Guidry during a game at the Seattle Kingdome. Yankees outfielder Lou Piniella responded by chasing the mascot and throwing his glove at him.
Oh, that's great.
In response, Steinbrenner said that mascots had no place in baseball despite the imminent release of Dandy.
So Dandy hadn't come out yet.
No, but he was about to.
They were about to add Dandy, and
Lou
then
Piniella chased around the San Diego Chicken.
And George Steinbrenner said it's the chicken's fault for being a stupid mascot.
Yep.
Oh,
Dandy was put on hiatus after Thurman Munson died in a plane crash. Because he resembled Thurman Munson.
Wow. You know what?
Oh, I see.
How long was he on hiatus for? So far, 40 years?
Late July. He was supposed...
When did Thurman die?
August of 79.
Okay.
And he was supposed to debut in late July of 79, so like right around that time.
Oh, okay.
Dandy was confined to the upper deck area of Yankee Stadium by Yankees management.
George Steinbrenner did not like Dandy.
No,
he didn't run around the field. Billy Martin probably didn't like Dandy either. Probably thought he was hallucinating in a blackout.
People probably thought they could sell merch to little kids or something.
Oh, yeah.
And marketing people convinced them to do Dandy. But
I have to be honest. I'm a big Yankee fan. I miss Dandy.
You miss who?
Dandy.
Oof.
I love the way he says it. They're fun. You buy them when you're at the ball game. I would always say, Dandy, come say hello to me.
You'd sit in the upper deck on purpose?
I would say, let's high five with Dandy.
Though George Steinbrenner gave final approval to Dandy, he claimed no recollection of Dandy in 1998.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
But he blocked it out like a traumatic childhood.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The guy who's notorious for like having his hands in everything.
Right? No, I don't know. What do you mean, Dandy? Huh? No. Yankee Doodle Dandy? But I don't know any Dandy on the field. No.
I love it. Please let's ask him about Dandy when he comes in.
Oh, we are definitely going to ask him about Dandy.
Oh, the Yankee mascot, Dandy. Dandy's a cunt.
He is a cunt. Didn't the Cubs have a mascot?
Cubbies.
Yeah, the
Did they have like a little cub?
You made that up.
Yeah, I did. What's the Cubs mascot?
I thought the Cubs had a mascot, too.
Every mascot's always something that looks like it fits in an asshole. It's got a big nose, big fat midriff. It does nothing.
Fits in an asshole?
That's what they all look like. They're like something that would go fit lovely in an asshole.
Because they're long ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a mascot now. That's Clark.
Oh,
is Clark new?
Yeah, he's
Clark's
like
douche.
3 or 4 years old.
Yay. I like Clark the mascot. Yay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can see Clark's dick in this cartoon of him.
I don't think that's an official photo.
The Cubs put a dick on their mascot.
I like to roll around with Clark. Clark the mascot's a cutie patootie.
He's only been around 3 or 4 years.
I like to kiss his bottom. I like that picture.
Balls are out.
See Clark's privates. Gotta tuck him back into his undershorts.
You know.
How old is Clark?
Comcast once accidentally.
Yay!
They once accidentally aired that photo.
Would you laugh? Would you laugh if you saw a photo of Clark with his penis?
I was watching TV and I saw.
It's a Photoshop of Clark, the mascot, who's just a bear wearing a Cubs jersey, but he's got a dick and balls in the Photoshop because he's not wearing pants. And I guess they aired it on television.
They did. I have the video right here.
Please,
I'm going to send it to Troy.
Yeah, send it to Boy Toy Troy. It's too bad. I would have loved to have asked Lou Piniella who was better, Dandy or Clark.
I miss Dandy.
You do, right?
I loved him as a boy. I would always high-five Dandy.
He's pulling up, by the way. So
I had a Dandy doll. All right, let's take a break and we'll look at it.
Let's watch this video.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mouse just stopped.
No. Oh, man. Mouse in the house. What's up? Piece of garbage.
Why are you saying that?
Fix your mouth.
I just saw it move.
Go on now.
It's up at the top of the screen.
Fix your mouth.
It's moving.
Piece of garbage.
Ugh. Should we ask him about Dandy first thing?
I think the first question we should ask him when he sits down is about Dandy the mascot.
That's a deal.
Just scroll down. Down. Right there.
All right, let's see this.
Now we turn to mascots. The Chicago Cubs, they introduced their new mascot, their first ever mascot, Clark the Bear.
Oh, there's Clark, and he's hanging out with his teammates. Oh, no.
He doesn't wear his pants.
She's saying he doesn't wear any pants at the same time she's showing the picture with his dick. Oh, no.
You think they realize what happened?
Oh, jeez. She showed his dick on TV. Oh, poor Clark. That's so embarrassing for Clark.
It's so funny. Clark's penis.
You know how proud whoever did that was?
Oh, my God. I'm proud of them, and I don't even know him. Oh, good Christ. That was awesome.
That's so embarrassing.
She used to be like, where his pants? That's dope.
Where are his pants? I see his dick and his balls.
Oh, there's stupid Freddy. Ugh.
How dare you? Hard Rock Johnny just tweeted, how dare you speak poorly of Frying Pan Freddy. Frying Pan Freddy always sucked.
He was so annoying, making noise.
Guess what?
Freddy says.
I don't care what fucking kitchen utensils you bring to the game with you. It's not about you, Freddy.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the field. Just sit back and watch the game. Here, take a fucking keep score. Here's a scorecard. Shut the fuck up.
I can't really read that sign. What's it say? Molest who?
No, it's...
Oh.
It says Yankees sweep Twins.
Oh.
No. Oh.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yes,
and we'll be back with a sweet Lou to get the skinny on Dandy.
Yeah, we'll get back with the man famous for interacting with Yankee mascot Dandy, Lou Piniella.
What is this?
It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Oh no, I meant the song.
Oh,
Migos.
Migos is super dope.
I'm having a sip of Sprite. I haven't had. My stomach still feels a little off. Like I'm not 100% yet.
Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
Is that a commercial?
Mm-hmm.
This is actually really good. I haven't had a Sprite yet. Let's bring Lou Piniella in. He's here.
Oh, I know what I want to ask him about. Here on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. He's coming in right now. Yep. Very excited to talk to Lou Piniella.
I am too.
It's going to be good.
Nice seeing you.
Lou, welcome to the show. Nice seeing you.
Hi, Lou. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Jim Norton. And I'm Sam Roberts.
Perfect.
Welcome. Sit down.
Sit down.
Yes.
You look a little thinner. You look like you've lost weight.
I got no aggravation in my life. Just missing a 6-foot putt.
Yeah, oh, that's all it is. You're just playing golf.
I play golf and fish.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, you figure people would get heavier though, doing that stuff.
You know, I think my age, my body's starting to shrink a little bit. I'm getting.
Oh, really?
I think so. But I used to work out a lot, but I quit. I quit after the first of the year, but I'm going back to it. A little Pilates,
You do Pilates?
Yeah, I love Pilates.
Wow. Oh, you even like long after baseball you worked out, not just to get in shape for baseball.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay, just to stay alive.
Yeah.
How'd you get into Pilates?
The trainer at the club where I'm at convinced me that it was better for my golf swing.
It's all about golf.
She was full of shit.
Oh, it didn't help at all?
No, not really. But I felt better. I felt stronger, and it kept me trimmer.
How long does it take you to get used to being retired, like after you stop playing?
It's a while.
It is, right?
It really is, yeah. You know, it took me a couple years. It really did. And I missed the competition. That's what I missed, the competition more than anything else. The travel and the hotels and so forth, not as much. But, yeah, the competition of the game, and, yeah.
Do you have as much...
Now I just, right now, I watch a little baseball.
Yeah.
But I like to watch a lot of different things.
What else do you watch?
Oh, I watch the cable news. I listen to Sirius Radio which I do on my car radio.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's nice. Different topics, different. Yeah,
Sure.
I enjoy it.
Did you go to any of the Cub World Series games?
I didn't. No.
No.
I watch them on TV.
How did it make you feel?
I was rooting for them. I really was. Yeah, I was there 4 years, and we won a few divisions, but never did anything in postseason. And then the Tribune sold the team to Zamzell, and then ultimately Zell sold it to the Ricketts family. And I got out of there, and I knew the Ricketts were going to be successful, but it was going to take some time because their game plan was to build up the farm system, to really fix up Wrigley Field, and then to get that minor league complex in Mesa, Arizona done. And it took them about 5 or 6 years, but they've done it right.
Isn't that what Gene Michael did with the Yankees? When Steinbrenner was out of baseball for a few years, he allowed the farm system, like Bernie, Mariano, and all those guys.
That's the lifeline of Major League Baseball. Without the minor leagues, most of these teams can't sustain themselves. There's disparity in the sport because of major markets, minor markets. And the minor markets, the smaller market teams, they can't make mistakes. And they've got to really depend on their minor league system, where the big market clubs like the Yankees or the Dodgers or the Red Sox or so forth, they can take a few more chances.
When you left the Yankees, did you miss working with Dandy?
That's all we want to talk about now is Dandy the mascot.
I don't know. I've never heard of the mascot.
You've never heard of Dandy?
No, I never heard of Dandy the mascot. No.
That's what a lot of people. It's
I don't like mascots for baseball.
Well, we heard that.
I don't know.
Yeah, we heard you didn't like that chicken.
I didn't like the chicken either.
No. Why did you chase the chicken?
What? And a nice person.
Yeah, but you don't see a person out there. You see that chicken interrupting your game.
No question. That was in Seattle where that happened. And
so you hate the mascots.
The chicken basically was putting the hex on Ron Guidry.
Right.
And, for whatever reason, we had good teams and we couldn't play well in that darn Kingdome.
That Kingdome, I hate that building more than I've ever hated. When the Yankees, just to go off on it, when the Yankees were up 2-0 in '95 and they were on a 2, I knew they were going to lose 3 in a row in the Kingdome.
I was managing the Mariners.
Yeah, I know.
That year, yeah, and we came back and won 3 in a row. The place was loud, but boy, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that was the precursor to Safeco Field because we beat the Yankees.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we beat the Yankees. They had voted for the new stadium. It didn't pass. And all of a sudden, baseball became very popular. The legislator passed a law where, we're going to go and give them the funding for Safeco Field, and that's exactly what happened. Now Seattle's got a beautiful, beautiful field there.
So what got you pissed off about the chicken, though?
Yeah,
the chicken putting the hex on my buddy Guidry.
Right.
Are you superstitious about that stuff?
Well, I think probably the fact that I might have bounced into a double play the inning before or something. I had that in my crawl too. But I don't. Come on. Mascots for baseball.
Well, what do you say to them when you get on the field and you start chasing them?
Tell them to get the hell off the field.
You told them to get the hell out of here?
Get the hell off the field and let us play ball. Yeah.
Right.
And then I got to meet the guy much later on, and I apologized to him because the nicest person in the world.
He's just trying to do his job.
Just trying to do
entertain
his job,
the
making
people.
a living. And baseball is entertainment, isn't it? It's a sport, it's a business, but it's also entertainment.
But the mascots are not entertaining. The mascots stink.
They suck.
The Philly fanatic stinks. They all stink.
Yeah, they're awful.
Show him the Yankee Dandy. You don't remember that?
I don't even know what the Yankee Dandy looks like.
You were there for when it happened. It was 79-81.
We were looking up.
The Yankee Dandy?
There was a Yankee Dandy. Apparently, Steinbrenner signed off on it and then decided he didn't want it anymore. So he made the Dandy stay up in like the top of the stadium. Wouldn't let him come down.
Really?
But there he is. There's no video of him.
Dandy.
Oh, my God.
But that's Dandy.
I am glad he stayed on top of the building. My Lord.
Isn't he awful?
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Terrible. Looks like a bowling pin with a mustache.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that thing.
Dandy stinks. I'm so happy that the Yankees never really got one. The Cowboys tried one recently. They had that cowboy guy, but they're not cute.
No, I don't see them. The Dallas cheerleaders are cute.
Those are nice.
You don't mind
I like them.
You don't mind the cheerleaders.
No, I don't mind the cheerleaders, but certainly, no, I don't think in baseball there's need for that. And you're right. The fanatic over there in Philadelphia probably is on the field more than any of them, and
he stinks. He stinks.
Yeah, come on. I mean, just go watch a baseball game.
What do you think? Sorry, do you think there's too much noise in baseball? Like every time there always has to be like a dot. This constant organ music, and they like they constantly have to remind people they're at a live event like we don't know.
Or some asshole in the audience smacking a frying pan to let everybody know he's excited.
Yeah, listen, I like to watch the game. I really do. And if you put enough good players on the field and you put enough good teams on the field, that's enough. But you know, the NBA's gone with the music also. They do it in football. They do it in all sports.
So you're not a Jock Jams fan?
No, I don't think so. No.
And we have to go back, of course, because I remember, when I was a kid, I loved all of you guys so much. So what was Billy Martin like as a guy? He seemed like a bit of a volatile man.
Well, he was actually a good manager to play for. He first of all, I thought he was a genius managing a baseball game. From the first inning on, this guy really handled the offensive part of it, the pitching changes and so forth, as well as anybody. With Billy, what happened is that the pressure would get to him a little bit, and he'd have a cocktail
or two.
Yeah. And it would slow him down some. But the players enjoyed playing for him. He made it fun. He made it challenging. Very few rules, but one rule was when you get on the field, you go out there and you hustle, you give it your best, and you play to win. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he pull Reggie out of the game for not hustling a fly ball?
Well, I don't know about not hustling, but it was a fly ball in Boston, in Fenway, that Reggie said he lost in the sun a little bit, that Billy thought he should have caught and didn't give the effort. And, he pulled him off the field. And truthfully, if it hadn't been for Elson Howard, I think both of them would have come to blows in the dugout that particular day. Yeah?
He pulled him off in the middle of the inning.
Middle of the inning, he sent Paul Blair out, and Reggie says, "What are you doing out here?" He says, "Billy wants you in the dugout."
And there was almost a fight after that?
Yeah, there was some yelling and a little shoving and so forth, but thank God that Elson Howard was there, and he talked to Billy, and he talked to Reggie and so forth, and Reggie went upstairs and got dressed and went back to the hotel.
What happened between because Reggie they didn't get along almost immediately, right?
No, they really didn't.
Reggie Jackson.
I don't think when Mr. Steinbrenner probably used free agency better than any other owner in baseball in its initial stages. He brought in star talent. He recognized that stars is what you need. And he brought in Reggie, he brought in Catfish Hunter, he brought in Goose Gossage and those sort of things. And I think Billy didn't want Reggie when he was available in the free agent market, and Mr. Steinbrenner said, no, we're going to get him. So I think there was a little bit of a problem there. And then when Reggie came over, the first thing he says on the straw that stirs a drink and so forth.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he did. And then Reggie, and then Thurman and Reggie didn't get along well, and Billy and Thurman got along. So there's some problems there. There were, and it was interesting. I mean, you read the book The Bronx Zoo with Sparky Lowell. I mean, there was a lot of that going on. Yeah.
So when Reggie immediately didn't get along with Billy, how long until him and Thurman Munson didn't like each other?
It didn't take long either. Probably started spring training. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And who do you end up lining yourself with?
I tried to stay in the middle as much much as possible. But Thurman was one of my best friends.
Right.
He really was. Thurman was a hard-nosed guy. He was a captain of our baseball team, and I love the guy. I really did. But, I felt bad in a way for Reggie in that that he was ostracized a little bit, but a lot of it was of his own doing.
Yeah, you don't say something. Did he say that, I stir the drink? Did he say that in the press, or did he say that to Billy Martin?
No, he said it in the press.
Oh,
not the right thing to say, no.
No, but again, I mean, look, even though Reggie, I'm sure, could have been very difficult, he did kind of come through when it counted. I mean, even if he was a hateable guy at times.
Listen, the guy liked to perform in the limelight. There's no question. Now, Mr. Steinbrenner named him Mr. October. I remember the 3 big home runs he hit against the Dodgers in the '78 World Series. He performed. The guy played on winning teams, and I give him his credit. He's a Hall of Famer. That says it all. But yeah, the bigger the moment, he performed.
It is funny the thought of you being like kind of off to the side, not getting involved in whatever squabbling was going on, because you don't necessarily have the reputation of being somebody who is just kind of calm, cool, and collected and staying to himself.
Well, basically, look, I had a temper. There's no question, but I sort of geared at it myself. I used it to perform. If I had a bad day, the water cooler would take a little bit of a beating, or my batting helmet, or so forth. But no, I tried to stay away from confrontations with the other players.
Yeah.
Do
you remember the first time you got thrown out of a game?
My gosh, at the big league level,
I think they said 63 times as a manager.
63? No. 63 times as a manager and player.
Oh, combined. Okay.
Combined. Yeah. And I played in the big leagues 43 years, so that's basically what, 1.5 times a year. That's not that much.
That's not bad if you average it out.
Hardly nothing.
Yeah, who's counting?
The only problem is when I got kicked out, I'd put on a little show. But
who needs a mascot when you're out there putting on that show?
Yeah, you're right. And my wife would tell me, boy, I've got 4 kids. I've got 3 in you,
When you guys are yelling at each other, you and the umpire going back and forth, we've seen the famous Earl Weaver where he turns his hat around.
Yeah, you know why he did that, though?
So if you touch the umpire.
Because you can bill the umpire, and all of a sudden, not only do you get kicked out of the ball game, but now you get fined for what they call billing. Billing, yeah. I used to take off the hat and hold it in my hand, the same thing. And if the umpire really, really got me mad, then I'd throw it down, and then I'd kick it around a little bit.
Yeah, you would.
Or kick dirt on the umpire.
Once in a while, yeah.
How is that allowed? How did they allow that to go? Did the umpires understand it was part of what was happening, or were you guys really angry at each other?
What?
I mean, because you do it. I've seen you do it repeatedly, a lot. You just keep kicking, bury them.
Well, I would try to really kick dirt on the base or home plate or whatever to show my displeasure. But look. When I first started managing in '86, Mr. Steinbrenner called me into his office and he said, "Look, your number one responsibility is to win me a pennant. Win me a World Series. But your second, and almost as important, is to help put fannies in the seats. So when you get kicked out of a damn game," he says, "put on a good show for the fans."
Oh, he did say that.
"And I'll pay your fines, no question."
Oh, he didn't mind.
And he told me, he said, "Look, baseball is a sport. Baseball is a business, but baseball is entertainment." He understood that as well as anybody.
So when you and the umpire are going back and forth, and in most cases when a manager and the umpire are going back and forth, they both kind of understand the dynamics of what they're doing. Even though you're pissed off at each other, are you not as pissed off sometimes as you seem when you're yelling?
No question. Sometimes you're yelling at the umpire and you're saying, "When the hell are you going to eat tonight?"
Is that right?
"Oh, yeah. How's your wife doing?" Yeah.
And they say pro wrestling's fake.
No question. Yeah, but it's part of it. But as long as you don't cuss them.
You can't curse.
No, you can't curse, really. I think when you curse, or if you say you use the word blind or something, that's you're going to get kicked out of a ball game. But sometimes, look, it's up to a manager to get his team motivated. And sometimes, over 162 games, you're in the dog days of the summer, and it's hot. The team's not playing well, and they need somebody to motivate them a little bit, and the poor umpire takes the brunt.
Who's the first guy you saw kick dirt? Was it Earl Weaver or Billy? I think Billy Martin's the first guy I ever saw doing that.
I saw Earl do it. I played for Earl in 1965 in Elmira, New York, in Double-A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know what? He kicked dirt there. He called me into his office one day, and he says, you know, Lou, he says, you're never going to play in the big leagues. And I said, why? He says, you're too much of a red ass. And I said, Earl, you're a hell of an example. I told him.
What's a red ass?
Red ass is a temperamental guy.
Who gets angry?
Hothead?
Yeah, a hothead. That's basically it, a hothead. That's a much better word for it, you know. But, yeah, but Earl and Billy and a few of them have kicked dirt. I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them. A lot of them are player managers kick dirt, yeah.
What type of guy was George Steinbrenner to work with?
Well, he was tough.
Yeah?
George was tough. Look, he gave me an opportunity that very, very, very few managers would ever give me. I retired in the middle of the '84 season, and I coached for a year and a half. In 1986, I'm managing the New York Yankees with no experience at all in the minor leagues or in winter ball.
Who was managing when you were coaching?
Billy Martin.
Oh, Billy was still there.
And Yogi. Both of them. Both of them. Yeah, Yogi was, Yogi was a little different. He was not as volatile, obviously, and funny as heck. And then Billy. And Billy basically was my mentor. He taught me a heck of a lot about managing, and I took his place when he got fired, and then when I got fired, he took my place. So we exchanged. Yes.
How many times did he get fired?
I got fired over there once, and I got promoted once.
And he got fired more than once.
Oh gosh, I think there was a Billy 4 or Billy 5. I don't know.
He got fired at least twice, right?
Oh, more than that. No. Billy got fired 4 or 5 times.
By the Yankees?
By the Yankees, yes.
So how was George Steinbrenner tough?
George was demanding. Not very patient.
He knew how he wanted it done.
He knew how he wanted it done, and he wanted to win. He wanted to win in the worst way. There's no question about that. I give him all the credit in the world for that. But boy, if things weren't going right, he'd let you know.
Yeah.
And when he had his meetings, he didn't pull any punches. He'd tell you just the way he felt. But again, one thing about it is he spent money and he wanted to win, and he'd sign players and he'd do everything he could. But sometimes things just are not working out. And he liked when I was there with him, he second guessed quite a bit. But
publicly.
Well, to me personally, on the phone or in person, yeah. In
fact, he calls you up, what the fuck are you doing out there?
Well, one time he tells me, he says, Lou, he says, you're absolutely killing me. I said, what do you mean? He said, look, he says, when you go to the damn mound and you want to pull the pitcher, leave him in. And when you want to leave them in, take them out. He says, everything you do is wrong.
That's annoying, though, right? The constant meddling and undermining.
It is. And the phone calls after the ball game, it gets a little tiring. It really does. Managing is a tough business anyway.
Did you snap at him? Did you have that kind of relationship where you could yell back at him a little bit?
Yeah, I would. I think he respected that, and he yelled at me. And look, I love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. When he died, it really, really hurt me. When I was away from him from I think my last year with the Yankees was '89. We were really, really good friends. He lived in Tampa, and so did I. So I'd see him quite a bit during the winter, and I always enjoyed talking to him and so forth. But he was hard to work for. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But outside of that, very generous man. And myself, my wife, and my family, they really liked the Steinbrenner family.
How did Thurman Munson dying affect the team? I mean, obviously it was devastating.
It was terrible. Thurman was the captain of the team. He was the leader of the team, and it happened in August 2nd, 1979. And I'll never forget because my wife's birthday is August 2nd. So every year I get reminded of that. But I remember when Steinbrenner called me, and he was hysterical on the phone that Thurman had passed away and so forth, an airplane crash in Canton, Ohio. And my initial reaction, I was mad. I was mad at Thurman because we had talked to him many times about not flying that big Citation that he had. I used to fly with him a lot on his prop jets. He had a Beechcraft Baron. It was a beautiful plane. and I'd fly with him a lot with it.
Where would he go? Just to and from New York?
Once in a while, I'd go with him. Like before my family would come up from Florida, I would fly with him to his home in Canton, Ohio, on an off day or so forth. A couple times we would fly to small trips like to Baltimore and so forth on the airplane. And but boy, when he got that jet, it was a whole different story. And my initial reaction was mad, but he loved flying, and he was a good pilot. Look, what happened was a fluke accident.
Did you fly in the jet too?
No, I never went up in the jet. Absolutely not.
You didn't? Were you scared to? You could have. You didn't want to?
I would have been very scared. Yeah, I would have been very scared and not very comfortable at all. No.
Was it because he was your friend and you see your friend doing something like that? You're like, I don't necessarily trust this.
Well, you know what? I didn't. Look, the thing looked like a sleek. I'm telling you, it went too fast, and you know, I did. I felt very comfortable with him when we went up on the prop jets. But boy, this was myself and Bobby Mercer 2 days before Thurman passed away, had that accident on Saturday night. We talked at 3 or 4 in the morning, and a good portion of that conversation was, "Hey, let's get rid of that plane," and so forth. But he loved flying. He really did. I mean, he had an affinity to it, and he was good. He was good. It had this accident where on touch and goes, they were practicing touch and goes, but there were 6 or 7 people on the plane. And he was the only one that didn't get out because he broke his neck, poor thing.
He did?
Yeah.
He hit a tree or something, right?
Yeah. They hit the power lines. And the plane bounced and somehow they couldn't get him out. But listen, he was a good man, a good family, Diane, his wife, his kids. We see him from time to time. And listen, this guy would have been a Hall of Fame catcher if he had just lived longer and played longer, and if he'd have wanted to manage in the big leagues, he'd have been a hell of a manager because he had a really good head for the game of baseball.
Well, you said in '78 too when Billy got fired, and didn't he like in the middle of the season?
He got fired. Mr. Steinbrenner had all these crazy little. Yeah, he thought that by changing managers it would change the atmosphere or the morale and so forth. And yeah, he brought in Lem in '78, and we put on a heck of a run the second half of the season. We got healthy. Early first part of the season, we weren't really healthy. Had a lot of injuries. Second half of the season, though, the managing change was made, and Lem quieted things down a little bit. Also, in '78, what people don't realize is that there was a new newspaper strike in New York. So all these controversies that we had stayed out of the papers. So we were able to relax and play some baseball.
How great was that not to have the sports writers up your ass all the time?
Oh my God! You know, I mean, yeah, especially here in New York, where they don't let things die a little bit. You know, they'll run it for 3 or 4 or 5 days, but. You know, bringing Lemon, basically it quieted things down in the clubhouse quite a bit. And, you know, Lem came in, he said, look, you guys won in '77. I'm going to put the best team on the field. I want you all to hustle. I'm going to let you play and stay out of your way. And that's basically what he did. And we put on a heck of a run. We were down 14 and a half games at the All-Star break. And we played Boston in a playoff.
The one-game playoff, of course.
Yeah, wonderful. The most fun game I've ever played in my life. No question. I mean, that was a beautiful day in Fenway. Beautiful October. Place is packed. And Boston jumps out the lead. Noisy crowd. And all of a sudden, Bucky hits that 3-run homer into the net.
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop over there.
Because literally there's nobody less likely to hit a home run than Bucky did.
Well, you know, I think he only hit 2 all year. And the amazing thing about it is he fouled a ball off his ankle. And at that time, the trainer would come out and freeze it. And so it took quite a bit of time. And during that time that they were trying to get Bucky to be able to stand up and for the pain and so forth, Mickey Rivers says, why don't you use my bat? And Mickey gives him his bat, and the next pitch, wow, he hits it into the net for a home run. It's just first of all, it's a clutch.
Yeah.
Nobody could hit a bigger home run than that.
I think of all the games I remember in my life, that's the game I remember the most of any sport.
Wonderful. I mean, just a great game. 5-4. It ended with Yastrzemski popping up to Nettles. I was in right field, and I remember that ball popped up, and it felt like it never came down. It just hung up on the air forever. And the runners on first and third. 2 outs, and Yastrzemski, a great player, a great hitter, up, and Gossage got him to pop up, and that was it. We repeated as world champions. We beat Kansas City 3 in a row in the playoffs, and then beat Lasorda's Dodgers again in the World Series.
Your book, by the way, is called Lou, 50 Years of Kicking Dirt, Playing Hard, and Winning Big in the Sweet Spot of Baseball.
Yeah.
And you talk in it a little bit about your relationship with Alex Rodriguez.
Yes.
And because you managed him when he was a rookie.
Wonderful, wonderful young man, and great player.
That's what I was going to ask you, because especially when he was a Yankee later in his career, but he, at a point, became probably the least liked person in baseball. And
he was very unpopular with a lot of the fans.
Yeah, very unpopular. And that wasn't just because of the steroid scandal and everything. It was because of the way he carried himself and the things he said and everything. And since, we've talked about it on the show, since he's left baseball, he's become maybe the most charming guy.
No question.
On TV. Which one is the real?
He's the real guy is what he is now. He's a wonderful young man.
So what do you suppose happened to him?
I don't know. Remember, he signed out of high school at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
At the big league level at 19, he was already winning an American League batting title. We had him in Seattle over there for 5 or 6 years.
Right.
Was he on that terrible team with Edgar Martinez and Jay Buhner and Randy Johnson that beat the Yankees in '95? Was he one of those guys?
He was on it, but actually in '95, I think that we were playing Louis Soho at shortstop, and Louis was managing in the minor league. But soon after, this kid here, you could see he was going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had the size, he had the skill, he was intelligent. You could think needed a little confidence. He was insecure early in his career. You had to pep him up a little bit. But listen, there wasn't anything this young man couldn't do on the field. And I was so fortunate in Seattle. I mean, I managed Ken Griffey Jr., just a great player. I had Alex.
How did I forget Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
was
how
on
about
that team?
that? I had Edgar, I had Buhner, I had Randy Johnson. We had some nice talent over there, but
so what do you suppose happens that
I don't know. He went to Texas. I don't know what the heck happened. Because truthfully, maybe it was a big, huge contract. I know we tried to sign him in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I remember in Dallas, his agent, Burroughs, coming in, and I was hoping Alex would come in because I thought we could probably help convince him to stay in Seattle. But the agent came in alone, and he wanted to know what the offer was. And I think Pat Gillick, our general manager, basically said, we're going to offer you like $120 million for 6 years or whatever. And the agent said, you're so far out of the ballpark, we don't need to talk to you anymore.
Scott Burroughs?
Scott Burroughs. And he walked out, and we thought, well, maybe he's bluffing. Well, he wasn't bluffing because the next day he signed twice for that.
240 or something, right?
Yeah, twice that with the Texas Rangers. I don't know. I don't know if it was a pressure of the big contract, or he got bad advice or whatever, but it's a shame because he really didn't need any help. This guy here was the real deal.
When a guy like that leaves, you have to understand on some level why he left. I mean, is there a loyalty question? Like as a manager, do you go like, hey, we cared about you and no one else did, or do you just totally get it? Like it's $100 million more.
Well, that's basically what it is. No, that's basically, look, these kids, these kids are called pros for a reason. They get paid to play, and their careers are relatively short. You get up to the big leagues in your early 20s. And you're out by your mid-30s if you're good enough to stay there that long. So I guess and then the other thing is they're not trained to do much more. Most of your kids at the big league level never have gone to college. A small percentage have. So the more money that you can amass, the better. And when there's $100 million disparity in contracts, you can't fault the player for that.
Yeah, that's a pretty big number. You guess you have to understand why the guy goes. But he wasn't popular when he came to the Yankees. But I think because people like fans like myself, no one on the Mariners will I ever like. I never wanted Randy Johnson here because again he killed us. He fucking murders the Yankees. No one destroys the Yankees more than Randy Johnson. It's humiliating. I don't care what uniform he's wearing.
Well, look, I had Paul O'Neill in Cincinnati, and he was a wonderful player for me there. And he came over here. The general manager, Gene Michael, called me and he said, look, I can trade Roberto Kelly for O'Neill. He said, what do you think? I said, what are you waiting for? I said, O'Neill's a talent. Well, to give credit to Gene Michael, he comes over and now he's playing right field. When I'm in Seattle, we're going to trade Tino Martinez because the Mariners couldn't afford to keep him. I asked our general manager, Woody, look, would you consider trading him to the Yankees because they spring train in Tampa, and Tino's always been a Yankee fan. And my gosh, he comes over here, and now we're playing them in the playoffs in the 90s, and they're kicking our butts. So.
That's right. Tino was on that Mariner team, too. I forgot. Jesus Christ, it's been a long time.
Yeah, Tino. And then, Derek Jeter had that wonderful ceremony Sunday night, and so deservedly so. And I'll tell you what, I hated him when we played against him because, he'd do everything in the world to beat you. And now I've gotten to know him a lot better. I play golf, not with him, but I see him at the golf course all the time in Tampa, and we're on a very friendly basis, and I really respect the guy. I really do. I hope that he gets the opportunity with Jeff Bush to buy the Marlins in Miami. I think it'd be a wonderful, wonderful thing for the Marlins and for baseball.
And we want to say, too, we got to plug Lou's book. We literally just got it yesterday, and I read some of it, and when I just glanced through it, it was awesome, and I'm going to read the whole thing. It's called 50 Years of Kicking Dirt, Playing Hard, and Winning Big in the Sweet Spot of Baseball. And you're doing book signings Saturday. He'll be at Barnes & Noble in Tampa at 11 a.m., and then Monday the 22nd, the Elliott Bay Book Company in Seattle. And then May 25th, Anderson's Bookshop in LaGrange, Illinois. Which, I guess those are all places that you played and were known. Where are you from originally? Because you sound like Richard Pryor when you talked. Well, you say New York. You have an accent like Midwestern.
No, I'm from Tampa, Florida.
I couldn't have been. I'm 3,000 miles off.
That's all right. Tampa, Florida. I was born and raised there, and we live there now. I married a girl from there that we've been married 50 years.
Wow.
Anita.
All through your playing career you were married?
Yeah, all through my play. Well, I got married in 1967. When I was my second year in AAA with the Portland Beavers of the Pacific Coast League. And, all the way through the big league. She helped me immensely. And when I manage, women have a different perspective and look on things. I was more of a, let's get things done, blah, blah, blah. But she, let's take it easy, let's think about it and so forth.
They're also more emotional and can help you relate to, because you want to just tell a person, hey, just do this. I'm telling you what to do, you do it, and she may help.
No question. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It really helped me.
Like Marge Schott, a real gentle soul. What was she like to work for?
Well, I'll tell you what, her and her four St. Bernards, she, she never bothered me much. She really didn't. She didn't like to spend any money. That's for sure. But, she was a character in her own right. She loved these dogs. She did a lot of wonderful things in Cincinnati that people don't hear about. The Children's Hospital there, the Cincinnati Zoo. She loved animals. She loved babies. The whole thing about her is that, we won a world championship there in 1990, and if she'd have done a couple things to help our team along, we could have had a little run over there in Cincinnati.
And what was it? I know she said something racist. I think about Barry Larkin. Was that who she said it about?
I don't know.
It was like audio or something that got out, and that sunk her?
It might have. It might be true. I don't know. When I was there were no such problems.
Yeah, I think you were just talking to somebody that got overheard, but I remember that became the big story about Marge Schott.
At what point do you feel confident as a manager? Do you consider yourself a manager? Because like you said, Steinbrenner brings you in, you got no experience, you got
to prove yourself. There's
right.
No question. You got to win. Look, managing in the big leagues is about winning.
Yeah.
Winning and putting people in the ballpark. You're making money for the owners. That's important. I always took that as a responsibility. But yeah, once you manage 3 or 4 years and you got some success behind you, and truthfully, the best tell sign is when you're available, somebody hires you right away. If you can get a job,
you're a manager.
You're a manager.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Did you and Rob Dibble ever make up?
Yeah, we did. I love Rob. I mean, look.
Can you describe what happened there for people who might not know?
You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Rob was my closer that year. It was 1992. And we had traded Randy Myers. And, Rob exerts a lot of effort into throwing a baseball. He threw it 100 miles an hour. He had a great slider. And once in a while, he'd go to the pitching coach and say, I need a day off. So I'd say, fine. We'd pitch somebody else. And then to close the game. And he would tell the media, I don't know why I wasn't used tonight. So I would call him into my office and sit down and say, Rob, look, we got to be on the same page with this. When you tell the pitching coach you're not available, that's exactly what I'm going to tell the media, and let's stay together with this thing. Well, he did it about 3 or 4 times, and finally...
was that just because he didn't want people to think that he needed a day off?
Probably so. Yeah, probably a little bit of ego, no question. But I'll tell you what, finally we had a little scuffle in the clubhouse. Unfortunately, there was some film taken and some sound and so forth.
You tackled him. It was great.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm glad that Tim Belcher, one of our pitchers, broke it up, because I think Dibble was about ready to kick my butt.
So you grab him, and you have that little scuffle, and it gets broken up. And how does it get resolved?
We had a meeting the next day in front of Marge, and we talked about it. We shook hands, and that next same night, I gave him the ball in the 9th inning. He saved the ball game. And when I went out there, we both sparred a little bit, like on the field, joking around, and we've remained good friends from there. I respect the heck out of the guy. Look, he's competitive. I'm competitive. There's some squabbles here and there, but listen, nothing goes smooth 100% of the time.
When did you learn to fight?
Oh, I'm not a fighter. I believe.
Well, I mean, you tackle a guy. You got to have some kind of idea.
No, but I'm not a fighter. No, I'm really not. And it's, I was a young manager then, probably 4 or 5 years into managing. If I had been older, that wouldn't have happened. It's something that I should have handled better, quite frankly. But in the spur of the moment, what the heck do you do?
Do you ever get jealous of the money that these guys make now?
Not really. No, I really don't. I'll tell you, when I was in spring training with the Yankees, the great guys like Mantle and Yogi and Whitey Ford and Howard and all these guys would come down to spring training and be there for a week or 10 days. So I'm standing at the batting cage one day, and Mickey comes up to me and he says, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "How much money are you making?" And I told him, "Mickey, I'm making $110,000. He says, "I'm going to go puke." He said, "The most I ever made was $100,000, and they're paying you $110,000.
Wow. Yeah. That's the most you ever made playing baseball.
Mano, 100,000. Yeah. You couldn't pay a guy like Mickey now. I mean, the talent that he had. But these kids, look, television, they make a ton of money. They really do. I mean, it's good for them. It's good for them. Everybody makes a lot more money. But no, the most I ever made as a player was $425,000, and I thought I was overpaid.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think Reggie was making $600,000 at one point. It's nothing like what people are making.
No, I think in the era that I played, $1 million, $1.2 million was.
Oh, was that what he was making?
That was about it as far as the top salaries, and then they started escalating. Marvin Miller did a heck of a job for the players and the Players Association.
When you start making, what was then a lot of money, $400,000, does that add pressure to you as a player? Like, oh my God, because like you said, you thought you were overpaid. Like now I have to live up to this money that I'm getting paid.
Yeah, because if at that time, remember, there were less teams also, so there were more players readily available to take your place at the minor league level. But look, I was fortunate though. I was relatively injury free. I think I was on the disabled list one time. With the Yankees, I had an inner ear problem where I busted an eardrum and I got that vertigo and so forth. So I had some problems with that. But outside of that, I was never on the DL, and I played regular for quite a few years here, and then I became a little bit of a DH and a specialty outfielder and so forth. But hey, listen, it was a wonderful career. The best thing that ever happened to me in my baseball baseball career was getting traded to the Yankees in 1974. I got a chance to play on World Championship teams. I got a chance to play for Mr. Steinbrenner. I got a chance to play with many great players, and then I got a chance to manage.
Right.
We have to wrap up. Our show is ending in 1 minute. So Lou Piniella, and thank you all for listening. And Lou's book, 50 Years of Kicking Dirt, Playing Hard, and Winning Big in the Sweet Spot of Baseball. I read the first chapter because, again, we got the book last night. It was
that
great.
That was about Fenway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful.
Even if you're not a Yankee fan, it's still an interesting read. And again, the book signings Saturday in Tampa, Monday the 22nd in Seattle, Thursday the 25th in LaGrange. I'm going to go into L.A. today, so I won't be back for a couple of days.
Well, you have a wonderful trip to L.A.
Well, thank you, Lou. I'm so happy to meet you. I love
My
you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I mean, and the book covers everything. So if you're not a Yankees fan, he covers
every
all
team
the
you
other
play
teams.
for.
Yeah.
Lou Piniella is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.